Yo, 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 what's happening, y'all? What's happening? This is the Bantha Bunch Show, and I am your host, Will. And man, it's episode 10 in this piece. Shout out to everybody who's watching, shout out to everybody who's on their way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So, yeah, we're here, we're clear, and we're watching from the Drunk Banthas channel. The Nerds at Night channel, and from drunk_banthas on Twitter. Oh my gosh, we got so much to talk about tonight. So much to talk about tonight. It's gonna be a good show. How y'all doing out there in the world? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's been a long day for me. How's it been for y'all out there? Well, doesn't look like there's really anybody here, but that gives me a chance to really bond with myself. Can you turn the AC back down a little bit, please? Thank you. But yeah, welcome, y'all. This is your favorite cousin's favorite cousin. And man, today's been a long day. This week's been a long week. I've lost my voice twice in 1 week. But I've been doing a lot of voice exercises, and I'm here to rock with y'all today. It's Thursday, and this is the Bantha Bunch Show. We go live every Sunday, Pacific. Well, excuse me. We go live every Thursday. We go live every Thursday at 7 Pacific time, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Typically, we talk about podcasts and stuff that we've seen, things that we've done through the week, and a little nerd news coming at you. Tonight, we're definitely going to be talking about X-Men 1997, and we're going to be talking about three body problem. I said three bodies. So yeah, it's going to be on and popping here soon. I wonder why. Looks like nobody's watching from Twitter yet. I hope everything's good on Twitter. So yeah, like I said, man, I had a crazy weekend. Lost my voice twice. Shout out to Nine Nerd Yards. He's gonna be coming through in a little while. So look forward to that. He'll be joining us. Yeah, we are going good from Twitter. Just wanted to make sure we ain't got no producers here, man. So I gotta try to figure it out on my own, man. So again, I lost my voice twice, so I'm gonna have to try to make sure I manage just how much I'm talking and just how long I'm talking. I am drinking tequila and coffee, so hopefully that'll keep me good. I don't know if y'all know the science behind that, but hopefully it'll keep me fresh. Oh yeah. See, that gives me a little, but see, I got to be careful not to go too hard with the volume. Usually I'm on here yelling. Unfortunately, not tonight. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Today, like I said, I'm going to talk about X-Men. I'm going to talk about three body problem. But first, let's get into some nerd news, man. Actually, first, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been subscribing. We got up to 7,000 subscribers this week. Man, that shit is awesome. Y'all have been doing amazing with the shares, man. People really been out there sharing. That's the trick to getting getting us clicks, helping us out, man. You can easily help us out for free. Uh Liking, subscribing, and even commenting and sharing. That helps so much. Y'all have no idea. Also, uh you have the opportunity to click the join button on the Drunk Banthas channel, and that really helps support this channel. It's going to help support Nerds at Night. It's going to help support everything that you see us doing going forward. But if you can't afford that, if it's too much, if you're just bored and don't want to, like, you're just lazy and don't want to do it, you're just like, fuck that. I'm not putting $1 down on YouTube channels. Fuck that. Well, just like and subscribe, man. It's free. Ain't gonna hurt nobody to give $1. Ain't gonna hurt nobody just to subscribe. Just to subscribe. I'm sorry. Let's get the dailies up here, baby. Let's get the dailies up here. We're gonna talk about Hollywood's vanishing reels, layoffs hit DreamWorks, Maine's Netflix tax. Might be some developing scoops and stories and projects. Maybe I'll do that. And Video Village, the latest trailers, martini shots. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? If you got them, smoke them. If you drink them, drank them. Let me get. Should I get a shot going? I don't know. We'll see how this goes, man. This is gonna be a little difficult because of my voice being gone, but let's see how it works out, man. So let's just talk about last week's domestic box office breakdown. Man. So last week's domestic box office breakdown goes as such, man. Number 1 at the box office was Kung Fu Panda 4. It dominated the box office domestically with $30 million and 107.7 total million in total in the US. Whoa. And a strong global reach at 176 million. Wow, that's crazy. I don't understand what 30 million domestically means, and then 107 million total in the US. I guess it's just a redundance. I don't know. Maybe it meant the first night. Yeah. The first night, I guess. First 2 days. I don't know. That's just dumb. But anyway, Dune Part 2 sneaks on down to the number 2 spot with 205 million in total US. Oh, okay. So I guess Kung Fu Panda didn't come out the last week. It came out the week before last. Anyway, so yeah, we got Kung Fu Panda at number 1, Dune Part 2 at number 2, Arthur the King, that's number 3, Imaginary, that's at number 4. Number 5, we got Cabrini. It sinks to $2.8 million this weekend, 13 million domestically after a 61% drop. That's a big drop. But the Bob Marley movie is at number 7. So shout out to that movie. I haven't seen it yet. I heard that it was good. Oh man, but Dune, man, it's made $494 million worldwide so far. That's insane. It's probably going to get another 100 million this weekend. Oh man, that's pretty fucking impressive. Kung Fu Panda. Did anybody see Kung Fu Panda? I ain't seen Kung Fu Panda. You ain't seen Kung Fu Panda. I know you ain't seen Kung Fu Panda. Like, but I mean, shit is number one. I mean, I guess you probably got a lot of nostalgia out of that because I remember Kung Fu Panda came out when I was a kid, or at least when I was in like middle school or high school. Now they got Boa, and it's still Jack Black too. But you can do voiceover work till you're damn near in the dirt. So it turns out that Hollywood has learned that it can steal, it can get your money, and it will take your money. And looks like, let me just read this. So it turns out that safeguarding archive films is quite a challenge, even in the digital age. Digital decay, streaming from data corporation or mismanagement, hard drive failures, and outdated formats constantly threaten to erase virtual cinematic works. Man, the most vulnerable films to digitally decay are often independent films and smaller productions. These projects typically operate as concentrated budget, leading to insufficient resources for proper digital storage and preservation. This crisis is not unprecedented. History is littered with lost films, as such as Alfred Hitchcock's The Mountain Eagle and Ernest Lipsch the Patriot. Ernest Lubitsch, Lubitsch, Lubzich, Lubitsch, Lubberich. I don't know. But anyway, so basically, Hollywood has always had a problem storing film, right? Uh, Back in the day, it was reel to reel. They had issues uh, trying to keep it stored because, first of all, film is very flammable, and you have to keep it in certain temperatures so that it doesn't get ruined. And so it can't be too hot, it can't be too cold, and it has to be covered up. It has to be in a dark place. Like, so much has to happen for it, right? And then when we got into the digital age, you had to transfer things over to digital, right? But then what they're talking about here in this article is, which is brought to you by the dailies. This is reported out of the dailies. What they're talking about in this article is that you go from MP1, MP2, MP3, MP4s, and the film might have been filmed in 720, and now we got 4K. Now we get into all these different formats that are coming up, and we got more formats that are going to come in the future. So when you're talking about downloading and transferring and uploading these to different formats, and like certain movie theaters don't even have like updated technology. So like all over the country, we got different types of technology because some people can't afford to move up as fast, right? Because it doesn't, just because we got it in LA don't mean they got it in Birmingham, Alabama. Because you can't really afford it. Maybe that theater can't afford it like that. They're not charging $75 for two people to go to the movies. But yeah, man, I see that being a problem for them. They ain't really got no solution yet. But this is gonna be probably kind of an irreversible situation. Like, probably just gonna end up losing a lot of stuff, especially the older stuff. So hold on to your DVDs, man. If you think that DVDs went obsolete, you're absolutely wrong. Because You can still play it if you still have a player. But if it doesn't exist digitally anymore, how are you gonna play it? If they don't have a format for it digitally anymore, how are you gonna play it? Nobody has a streamer player at the house. You can't just transfer all your stuff over to a different streaming service at your house personally and play it without Wi-Fi. You know, so I don't know. Things to ponder, things to think about. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm moving a little slow, y'all. I'm trying not to speak too loud, and I'm not trying to talk too fast because that's when I start losing my voice a little bit more. But let's talk about people losing their jobs. Ain't nothing better than talking about people losing their jobs, right? People like talking about that shit for real because they make them appreciate what they got, or it make you feel like you're not alone because you lost your job already. So I can say that because I did both. I've done both. I've lost my job. I've quit a job, and I've had a job, and I do have a job right now. I got 2 jobs, technically 3. Well, 4 if you include does it hold up. But anyway, DreamWorks fired a bunch of people. DreamWorks Animation is facing a turbulent time in the wave of layoffs. This week, a significant number of staff, particularly from artistic departments, were shown the door amid whispers ousting the cheaper labor markets in Canada and overseas. The VFX community on Reddit is abuzz, blaming outsourcing for the deep cuts, which reportedly swept away half of several departments. Amidst the upheaval, whispers emerged of Universal's axing of DreamWorks' upcoming projects. So, man, this is a dire situation. Not only are they getting rid of people, but they getting rid of projects. And not only are they getting rid of projects, they're apparently outsourcing the people so they can get more peoples with cheaper peoples. They almost kill peoples. This is crazy. How do y'all feel about it? Well, hold on. How do y'all feel about it? Let me know in the chat, man. I want to know. Y'all not talking to me. Y'all is watching. I see. Oh, that's how y'all feel? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let it be known. Let it be known. Let it be known. Man, DreamWorks. Wonder what DreamWorks is talking about right now. Where does DreamWorks rank? Where does DreamWorks rank? I don't know. They don't have it here. I tried to look it up. I'm bad at this. I tried to look it up, but it didn't work. DreamWorks ranks pretty low in my registry. Like I don't be watching DreamWorks stuff no more. Didn't DreamWorks get bought by Disney? It's like all bought by Disney, ain't it? Don't Shrek come on Disney? I guess not. Well, I'll tell you what I know about DreamWorks. I know they're in trouble because everybody's in trouble in Hollywood. Everybody that don't have a union. VFX don't got no union. They trying to get one together and get it all, but like that just started this year during the last strike. In the last year during the last strike. So man, hopefully they can work that out because I don't know any VFX artists personally, but I do know some people who wanted to get into that. And it's sad because there's a lot of people who are capable of working in that field and who are chomping at the bit to get into that field, but They're making the job harder to get and making fewer of them. And they work the guys harder than they work anybody else in the industry. And try hard as hell not to pay them. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's almost like it's a practice in the United States of America to not pay a motherfucker to do nothing. That's why niggas like Trump. Because, like, they think it's cool that he doesn't pay people. They think it's cool that he's figured out a way to just tell everybody to go fuck themselves. I mean, I see the appeal, but like, somebody got to get paid. If you're the one getting told not to, if you're the one getting told to go fuck themselves, I mean, you don't want to be, you're gonna be like, hey man, I need to get this bread though. You need to give me this bread. Shout out to Drew. Hey everyone, what's up? What's up, Drew? We out here kicking it, man. Like I said, I do apologize for my voice. It's pretty fucked up right now, but he says, I saw the first 2 episodes of X-Men 97 last night. They were phenomenal. Yeah, we're waiting right now I'm waiting on 9 and Terry, producer T, to jump in. They should be here shortly, but we're going to get into that for sure. I'm trying to do spoiler-free version of this breakdown. We're going to do the whole breakdown on Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, Monday night, covering the entire thing. But tonight we're just going to do a spoiler-free breakdown. Currently, I'm just giving out some news, but I lost my phone. There we go. Currently, I'm giving out some news. I'm trying to like shift around here because trying to sit down for however long I'm probably going to be sitting here for hours straight. Man, it's uncomfortable. I'll tell you what. Maine stepped into the streaming tax arena, proposing a 5.5 tax on streaming services like Netflix, following a trend where around 25 U.S. states have either explored or implemented similar taxes. While states like Florida have a long, hard such taxes. Oh, no, excuse me. While states like Florida have long had such taxes, with Netflix recently passing these costs on to consumers. Maine's move signals a growing and acceptance of taxing digital entertainment. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like states should be able to tax entertainment streaming services? I mean, I'll tell you, I feel like they definitely should be able to tax a streaming service in their own state. That streaming service is making billions of dollars in your state, and or at least hundreds of millions of dollars in your state, using your state's citizens' money. I mean, I got to get some bread for that, right? I'm missing all that bread. 5.5%. Man, that's a lot of money. 5% of a billion, 5% of 100 million. That's a lot of money. Where's it going to go to, though? Because it doesn't matter where it goes. What matters is what's right, what's wrong. See, that's why they really attacking TikTok right now. They attacking TikTok right now because they know, hey, these motherfuckers is getting off easy right now. They ain't got to pay no attention to none of the financial laws that we got here in this country. They could be embezzling money. Y'all don't know. They could be a Ponzi scheme right now. Y'all don't know. Because they're not traded publicly. So how can you control it, right? Usually I'm against control and government oversight. and all of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the money, honey, your boy Bill be on it. Okay. I'll be on it like a donut. Can't just be sitting around here losing money. So I'm with taxing the streaming services. Tax Facebook, tax everybody, tax these motherfucking corporations that you give tax breaks to. How about nobody gets a tax break? Just because you are putting 100 people to work, 300 people to work in a small town, does not mean you should get $1 billion of taxes, or $1 billion of tax breaks. That's just insane. I don't see how those things balance out with one another. I'm gonna take a shot, and I'm gonna take a shot and a squig, and I'm gonna hit this bong, and then we're gonna talk about X-Men 97. Okay, because I can't wait on these niggas too much longer. It's ridiculous. Y'all know what time I do this, and I can't do this too long. My throat is killing me. I thought I'd be able to get through this a little bit easier, but it is taking a little longer. Do we have pineapple still? Sorry. There's not one more in the back of the refrigerator? Man. Yeah, for y'all who don't know, pineapple is a great way to take care of your laryngitis. Jeez Louise. But I think we ran out here. Oh, we got some. We got some pineapple on the way, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to take a shot. And we finna get it up in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? I need something to get me hyped real quick. We don't have a music interlude. Music interlude. Music interlude. Music interlude. Oh man. Ooh, sorry. I needed that. Morgan, what's happening? We got people in the chat. Miguel, what's happening? Morgan says, yeah, made it finally. Still haven't gotten shit done. Me haven't gotten shit done, or you haven't gotten shit done? Miguel says, talking about Pina, y'all. Talking about Pina. What's Pina? Oh, yeah, that's right. Why did I forget that? Why am I acting like a fucking idiot? Pineapple. Talking about pineapple, y'all. That's right. I got plenty of pineapple. Let me try to tell y'all. It's the goddamn cure-all. Well, maybe not all, but it definitely fixed laryngitis. I'm sorry for chewing into the microphone. I hate that. Who don't you hate it when you listening to a podcast and somebody swallow?
Yeah, it's so creepy.
You hear that swallow?
It's too intimate.
Don't nobody want to hear all that shit. I say as I'm chewing into the microphone, but I don't think y'all can hear that. Morgan says Bill is doing the ASMR Chewy stuff. Yeah, the mukbang. This is mukbang. I'm glad that you said that, Morgan. That way I can put mukbang in the tags for this video when this is over. Morgan says, "Hey, Frothy." He can hear you in the background, so he said, "Hey." Leave that. It's changing. I'm saying leave it on. Anyway, getting away from the topics. You know, I think I've talked about enough nerd news. I'll come back to the nerd news a little later. I do want to say shout out to Three Body Problem, man. Three Body Problem is kind of lit. I've been watching it, haven't finished it yet, but it is kind of lit. It's actually really dope. But wait a minute. Do y'all hear that? Hold on. Holy shit. We've got a visitor. It's
Hi.
9. It's 9 from 9 Nerd Yards.
It's a me.
Oh man,
Here.
I'm gonna start doing that from now on. Anytime somebody pops up, we getting.
I need a more sinister thing.
We'll get you one. We'll get the fuck them other niggas because I'm down for my nigga. We'll get that. We'll get that one in there.
I just love when a nigga brings on crew. Yeah.
I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna put this background up real quick. This is.
I just realized I'm not talking out of my microphone right now. That's embarrassing.
This is a new one. I'm going with. I like it. I don't know if y'all like it or not.
There we go.
The Bantha Bunch.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Bantha Bunch, here we go. Hopefully that sounds better.
Yeah. You sound better. Okay. We got you.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Bantha Bunch, check this shit out.
Yeah. Hey.
Again.
Yeah, that's the sweater, huh?
Officially part of the Drunk Banthas crew. There's an alliance set. I'm not sure. I'm kind of yeah, I actually did. I had to bring it back. I journeyed. I had to take a journey to the west.
Dope.
To get this.
How is it? Is it? I mean, because I hadn't gotten the sweater yet.
Yeah, I feel like you think that I'm fat because I definitely ordered a large and I got an extra large.
I mean, I didn't know that. Alex sent it, so
okay.
Yeah.
Alex just thinks I'm a little bit hefty, I guess.
I think
I'm wearing it well. Tell me how it looks.
It looks great. I think they run small, so I think that is like probably was perfect. Yeah. He probably made a good decision. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not in person, so I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't, but it looks great. Mm-hmm. The logo looks big as a motherfucker. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to be repping. I'll be repping.
Shout out to Noah, man. Shout out to Noah. He's the one who did the artwork and everything on that.
X-Men question for you guys. Aside from Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, who's your favorite supporting actor playing a team member of the X-Men? Ooh, you had to cut out Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. Okay, so that means you are implying of the X-Men Fox movies.
Right, all of the movies.
And I would have to say, even though I feel like she is underutilized, I would say it's Rogue. There always seemed to be a lot of heart with Rogue, and then also Mystique.
Let me tell you something, sir. Rogue is not under.
They played Halle Berry in those movies.
Rogue and Storm are the most underused characters in the movies.
Yeah,
and they make Storm kind of whack because she's she's an Omega level mutant. And they don't ever make her nothing but kind of just like this girl who can play with the weather a little bit. Like, That's what I
Not
liked about this.
praise. Yeah, she
That-
could end the world.
That's why I liked this 97 series so far. The first 2 episodes, they make sure you know that she's like, they even say she's an Omega level mutant.
Yeah.
So, which is something they never did in the first running of the series, the animated series. Excuse me. I'm trying not to burp and shit. But yeah, they never said that in the first animated series, and they never said it in any other movies or any other animated series after the 96 series. So
It's a
fuck
watch.
all them other motherfuckers after this. 97 was that thing. What's Morgan saying here? I like 97. I had nitpick issues, but I love it. Yeah, he called me. See, he called me upset. So y'all don't even know this little behind the scenes. Morgan called me like, man, you like this shit? Fuck this shit. I don't fuck with this shit.
Like I said, I had the nitpick issues, but I love it. Okay, we definitely want to hear about your nitpick issues too.
Yeah.
Right off the top, what would you say is your
Rating?
Oh, you said what?
Is it you said my rating? Are you asking what my rating is?
Well, like not just rating. We can get to ratings later, but just like your initial opinion.
Oh man, my initial opinion is it's everything I expected.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told anybody, but I've watched every single episode of X-Men animated series
Oh shit.
in less than 14 days or about 14 days.
Oh, so like recently.
Yeah, like I went through them bitches hard. Okay, like maybe a little longer than 14 days, but like I went hard in the paint on that shit. Okay,
How many episodes is that? That's a lot of episodes, I feel like. Is
It's a
there like
fuck
an
ton of-
abridged version of that?
so no, what you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying that's
It's-
so much content.
It's so much, dude. Like I was like basically just, man, we watched a lot of shit. That's just how it is. And so I was just finishing it. I was like, man, I gotta catch up and I gotta finish before this episode. And I literally finished a couple of hours before 1 and 2 came out. So then I was just like, fuck. I didn't realize it was gonna come out at midnight, and then I just ended up watching. I just ended up watching both of them too.
Because I feel like you did, because we all have just a little behind the scenes, a little BTS. We all have like a group chat, and Bill just left like a image of X-Men 97 and just fire emojis pretty early before even the group chat started for the day, because we talk to each other like every single day. It was the first thing in the group chat, so I was like, okay, that's pretty poppin'.
Oh yeah, so I think there's at least, oh man, it's got to be almost 100 episodes.
100 episodes of the original.
Yeah,
That seems, wow, that actually does seem a lot.
Yeah, it's like
And they're all
21
like
minutes.
20 minutes.
So I started on season 2 because I had already been watching season 1. So yeah, so with 1 not included, we're talking like maybe 60 episodes or 40,
Yeah.
30, 40, 50. Yeah, maybe like 60 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of TV, man. It's a lot of
It
TV,
is.
but it's only like 22 minutes, and I'll be watching it while I was at work.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So balance that out.
Yeah.
8 hours a day of watching TV.
It does get a little bit crazy too with some of the plots, because I feel like if you're just like working or just like looking around, then you're going to miss like, oh shit, she's the Dark Phoenix now. Wait, what happened? I was just heating up my
Yeah.
I was
No,
just
I mean,
heating up
I've
my
seen these
tuna in
episodes.
Break the
Oh
news.
yeah, man. I was making a grilled cheese sandwich. I work from home, so I don't really have to, worry about that
Mm.
shit. I'm just working from home, watching the shit, doing my work, staying productive, but then also watching X-Men.
I mean, like, God bless you.
So I did a lot of research, watched a lot of shit, and I had an expectation. Like, okay, first thing was I realized that the first 5 seasons, wasn't as good as we remember. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nostalgia takes over for sure. But the second thing I noticed was these stories, though. The stories really still captivate you. Like
Yeah.
Black Gay Comic Book Geek said it today on his Instagram. Like, what keeps us entranced with X-Men is it's a soap opera.
Mm.
Like, comic books are all kind of like the way this show does. Like, they got sad parts, very serious, dialogue-y, heavy parts in certain comics, but very few comics actually try to tell like a dramatic story like comic book
Okay.
TV shows.
Yeah, I feel like that's something we should talk about because X-Men, especially in this later climate or this post-woke culture, whatever thing that is always being accused of every single like media property, right? Like, what's the woke level is always being accused. Like X-Men, by its very nature, its woke level is 1000%, right?
All the way out there. All the way out
Is all and so what I really did like from my initial thoughts, I've only I actually did watch the first 2 episodes, which is fantastic. But from what I saw, I'm actually pretty delighted that they did not what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't insult our intelligence,
there.
and they
Hmm.
didn't shy away from I was listening to all of the speeches in Magneto, and I was just like, yeah, let's go. Like,
Yeah,
Magneto was talking that shit, and I
definitely.
really appreciate that. I
Yeah,
really,
the
really.
Magneto speech was probably the best part of the show so far. Out of those 2 episodes,
Yeah,
that was a good moment. Like, what's always been dope about this show is the depth.
yeah,
It has a lot of depth, and it's because they don't shy away from adult situations. You know what I mean? Not like they don't like not like they over sexualize anything. It's not like they
but
imply too much,
well,
but they do.
we could talk about that because that's also been what I think that was like the first thing, that the sexualization, and with one particular character,
Right.
Rogue. People were
Well,
like, oh,
she's
they
always
flattened her ass or whatever.
they did well.
There's
This
that
is the
meme
thing.
going
Well,
around
I've
too.
already told you. I've told you since I met you. They
Yeah,
try to do that on TV. TV
yeah,
does not like you to have a badonkadonk. It don't
yeah,
matter if it's real life. It don't matter if it's animated. They don't want
yeah,
you to have a big old juicy booty. I don't know why. Well, I
yeah.
do know why. I do know why. Because they don't want you to be happy. They don't love you like I love you. Because I ain't never gonna tell nobody that they can't see no booty. That's
Yeah.
like everybody love a booty. Women, the straightest woman in the world will get caught looking at a girl's booty. Like, that's just a fact. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Multiple times, actually.
multiple times, man. I
Multiple
caught you.
times.
I be
Same
with
ass, multiple times. I saw all of y'all.
I be with girls and watching them look at another girl's butt, and then they look at me and then be like,
It's like, wait, no, hold on. I was just following your line of sight. How am I
I saw
over
you.
there? Yeah.
I saw you. But
Well, I
like,
mean,
the fact of the matter though is This show took a little bit of that out, but I felt like we didn't even get to see her butt enough for you to determine that the
Oh yeah,
butt
that's
cheeks
what I
will
was
not
gonna
be
say.
geeky.
Is-
I'm thinking these yeeks will come back to life at some point,
but,
but like for brief moments of time. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like you'll just see it and be like, you'll be like
yeah.
that, like booty cheek.
Well, that's a interesting part because I thought that the show had these super mature, like they understood the audience, like,
Yeah.
oh, X-Men 97, and we understand the people that would like this shit are now like literally like
50 to 30, 50,
like
50
we're
to
old as
33 years old is
yeah,
like
we're
literally
old as
where
shit.
you're talking about.
And I mean, to be honest, like I only started watching the animated series in like 2007, 2008
Oh wow.
off YouTube. It was like old YouTube
Right.
videos
Yeah.
that were bootlegged on there. That was like peak anime binging time because you could just search anything and they would just
That's
have like
before
the
YouTube was paying
subtitles.
people, so you could just go on to
Oh,
YouTube and find everything.
YouTube used to be crazy,
The
to be
YouTube was damn near, it was halfway porn, it was halfway music
honest.
stealing like
Yeah.
Napster, it was halfway like just old TV,
Back
like
when
nostalgia
if
TV.
something got 1,000,000 views, then that means, like, those people were literally, like, on the news the next day. Like,
The next
that's
day.
when like,
Yep.
yeah, like, it was just
You was
like
on the
that w
Today Show, not
if
just the
you had
news, you were on the
right.
Today
You
Show.
were on Ellen, you were, like, getting a little
Yeah.
snippet on Fox News, CNN, all of those, like, from breaking 1,000,000 views.
Yeah.
That's
Now, if you break a
it
million
was just,
views, you might not make it on local TV if you break a million views
a
today.
1,000,000 views. No, you might not
Hold
even
on.
get
What's that?
you
Hold
know
on. What's that sound?
oh shit. Hold on.
What's
It's
that
another
sound?
clone.
What is that?
Okay, here it is. Oh,
Oh
you got the
wow!
pipe to match too.
It's producer T.
Arrest Dan Snyder. Arrest Dan Snyder. Just
We're
come
not
on.
talking about that yet. We're talking
Come
about
on,
X-Men.
man. I just wrapped it up. Just got done with it. I'm gonna let
How
y'all.
many episodes? Yeah, we'll do that. But you watched X-Men, right?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus. I boycott Disney. I only steal their stuff, and all their stuff is always at the bottom of the list for me. I need to get the newest episode of Invincible first before I watch X-Men.
You know,
Well,
from here it looks like you have Ahsoka in front of American flag in your
yeah,
background.
it does kind of look like
It
that.
does look like Ahsoka. I before you told me it was Riley,
That's Riley, guy.
I thought it was Ahsoka. And I don't know who's with me on that, but if
It
you
kind of looks like Ahsoka. It looks like Ahsoka
it
with
looks like
long, lavish hair.
it's just probably the white balance on your camera, but it's just super orange.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
No.
But it looks like somebody from the Ginyu Force.
Right, yeah. But no, we're talking about this right here. The outrage that a lot of this.
Yeah, why aren't these pens available? Why aren't
Where
these
is
pens
the
available?
cake? So people were mad about this, and I love how they added the
drool. Yeah,
I just don't want to be on the team admitting that they are upset over a cartoon character.
No, I'm not. I didn't notice until someone told me I should notice.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I was just like, that just says too many questions about the other person who would notice that. You know,
Yeah.
that's how my mind works. I'm not gonna say anything about it.
Right.
I didn't notice it. I definitely didn't notice it until Nine said something about being like people being upset about it.
Also,
and I'm
is
like,
that the real image
that's
of the original
what
show? Because I also feel
Huston
like
put it
that's
in the
the
chat.
image, right?
You said what now?
The thick booty rogue one, is that actually from the show? Like, because I haven't watched it in fucking
Right. Is that just a meme?
because I feel like
Let me do some.
look, I'm gonna tell you the facts. I just watched the whole thing. I don't remember seeing that ever.
Let me see
Like,
here.
I don't remember. It's like, remember when they had the thick Judge Judy pictures floating around? And you're
Right.
like, oh my God, Judge Judy really
Right.
is thick, but we found out that was fake. I feel
Right.
like the Rogue one
Yeah.
was also
Yeah,
fake.
I think so
Check
too. I
out
think you're right.
the video. One last scene. Darius and Elente ambiguity talking about. So, and that's literally just like one frame.
Right, and they always show that one
It
frame.
is just always one. It's just like
Wouldn't
people
there be
don't.
like more examples?
It's just like you. Yeah. Why is it the one frame?
So
Yeah.
that's why I was just like, no.
It's
never
just
mind.
creepy.
Now,
It's just
yeah,
creepy stuff.
it's creepy, and to be mad about that, I mean, bro,
It's
someone
bad.
needs to check your hard drive. If you tell me that you're upset about that,
Right.
I'm calling the FBI to check your hard drive.
I mean, I'm saying whoever made this meme, right?
Whoever made the meme, I think
Like,
it's
if you take the energy,
people who are mad about that.
but the thing is that
Apocalypse, so it had to be like
Kirsten is the one that called it out to me. Like that, she put that in the group chat, in the Instagram group chat.
Kirsten, we're gonna check your hard drive.
Kirsten, yeah. Kirsten, what's going on?
Kirsten, explain yourself.
Explain
you got
yourself.
some explaining to do. You got 32 hours to explain yourself. Why 32? I don't know why, but
I don't know. To be honest, not sure. But
to answer your question, Terry, the song was a little different. I mean, it was they revamped it. I'm gonna tell you why I think
that's the old one or the new one.
That's the old one.
Okay. Yeah, that's the old one right there.
I can tell you why I think they revamped it. I think it's just because they probably felt like those sounds don't sound like real guitars because it's not a real guitar. So they probably felt like, well, let's get somebody to just do a different digital version. I haven't looked up who it was, but it was probably somebody who has done a lot of the newer stuff, you know what I mean? And let's, somebody who the young kids can relate to type shit.
Right.
Instead of just going with the original. And I think they did that because
I liked it. Like it sounded
exactly
good. It sounded
exactly.
good.
And I think they did that because there's a lot of people who ain't never seen this, right? There's gonna probably be more people who haven't seen this before watching it for the first time.
And I feel like the classic riff is actually still stable. It's intact.
It's in there. Exactly. They didn't change it. They just played it the same with different instruments, and
there's
a different,
more bombastic at some points, and then
it's just it's just different.
Yeah, but I feel like well, from what I have seen, it seems like a lot of people love it.
Yeah,
it seems like it's getting some good reviews, and I only check reviews and stuff after I've like watched, unless it's like shoved in my face. Like Dune Part 2, I was like, oh wow, people really, really like this. And I couldn't escape it. But for this, I tried to just watch it and get my honest opinion. And it seems like people are liking it just as much as I am.
Yeah. Speaking of liking it, go ahead, take this time and just give us a like. Give us a subscribe from wherever you're watching from, whether it's Nerds at Night.
It sounds like they just use newer equipment to me.
Yeah, they did, but when you do that, it's different. Like it sounds different.
It just sounds a little fresher.
It's also so it's excuse me. The new one is a little faster than the older one. So the pacing's different. So yeah, I think there's a side-by-side comparison on Instagram somewhere. I think
we might be able to react to this too, that Beetlejuice
oh yeah, I wanted to go over some trailers at the end because
never been down with Beetlejuice. It's the story of like some old dead pedophile trying to marry a little girl. Like, what am I missing?
But before I play the new theme and old theme back to back, I'm just gonna
never really down with
again up here, because this is where the apparently it all comes from, right?
Yeah.
So this is the frame where it happens, where it's just kind of like, why the fuck? Why are people obsessing?
Corrupted by those who want peace. You cannot hold me.
Yeah.
You must be exterminated.
Professor was right.
That
And it's just like, also, it's just like, it's not a triumphant pose either.
let me tell you something. The
not
dudes who
very
found, first of all,
triumphant.
you know it was a dude. So the dudes,
Yeah.
to you guys who found this moment, because I didn't even notice this moment. And while I was watching this show, I was like, man, I have not seen no rogue booty cheeks yet. Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. And you just showed me exactly when it happened, and now I'm still like, yo, what the fuck is up with people? Like, how did you notice this? Like,
I
because
feel
if you
like
go back, if you go back,
everybody who is sexualizing this moment is literally Apocalypse.
if you go
right?
back to the beginning,
Like,
like just listen to what Apocalypse says.
No, they're not
like, just
Apocalypse.
listen-
They're the other dude that I thought was even creepier than Apocalypse.
Beetlejuice.
No, the vampire ass dude.
Oh, Sinister?
Sinister, Mr. Sinister. Now
Mr.
that dude
Sinister?
really creeped me out. I was just like, I never want to be in a room with him by myself.
Mr.
Like,
Sinister
because of his
is
powers,
super
no,
weird.
he's gonna rape you. He
He's
looks
super weird because he's into eugenics and everything. Like, he is actually
he's a
more
pervert.
into just like breeding people together.
Is it the
Yeah.
breeding part or watching them breed? Because I got the feeling he was like,
I bet he does a lot. I bet
He's
he
a
does a
closet
lot.
type person.
He looks like
Oh,
Yeah.
watch.
He's in the peephole. Okay, so we want to
Apocalypse-
watch.
I just
What he
love how
has
this
here?
nigga, he
Scary.
just
I
has
like
the,
that voice and everything that he had. I was just like, oh, that, and just the lips. I was like, he looks like he's going like eat me whole. Like when he turned
Are you
giant.
talking about Apocalypse or Sinister?
Apocalypse. He just
Okay.
looks like when he
Apocalypse
turned giant.
always has the dopest saying. Like, he says the dopest shit. When this nigga talks, I can't
Everybody
help but
listens.
laugh.
You,
Yeah, and I hate this design. I mean, people like this design. I hate the A in the middle
Apocalypse.
because, like, how are you? Like,
We
it
can
should
lose
be
the A.
like
We can
it's-
lose
We
that.
can lose the A because why are you using the English alphabet?
So
If
because
you're like,
kids can read, he was just like,
I'm
you
just saying, like,
read
you're
ancient
thousands of years
Australian
old. You're thousands of years
But
old.
he updates.
Exactly.
Look, clearly
Yeah.
he updates.
You know,
Yeah, just
motherfuckers ain't gonna
Right.
be able to read no ancient Sumatran or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
It was.
Sumerian.
Sumerian, yeah.
Right,
No,
that's what I'm
like-
saying. It was just
He
like
was actually
the killer,
Egyptian. He was Egyptian, actually. Now that I think about
though.
it.
Yeah.
Corrupted by those who want peace. You cannot hold me.
You cannot help me.
You must be exterminated.
Professor was right. You are crazy.
This
Yeah,
dude.
so people are kind of out of pocket for wanting her to like resemble more of that.
Way out of pocket.
Well,
Rogue's magnificent ass 2 years
How old
ago.
were the X-Men supposed to be?
Oh, Rogue is older. Like it varies, but Rogue is an older.
I
They're supposed to
kinda
be,
felt
like, in their-
they're supposed to be in their 20s.
yeah, they're supposed to be in their 20s. All of them
Yeah,
are
I
around.
they
mean,
like
they're
all-
not.
Pictures at this point, they were like,
It's not first class type of thing.
Yeah.
you
No,
know what I
they're,
mean.
they're, they're in
It's
their
not-
20s.
like
They've
Jubilee
all
was the only one that was a teenager.
yeah, facts.
like X-Men 97.
Actually, so the way it works through the first series is there have been several groups of X-Men at that, like before we are introduced to Jubilee and then get introduced to the X-Men. There've already been several.
Yeah, and they had like a costume
Other-
change already, right?
They already had a costume change. They've already had members leave. Like it's been.
Yeah, but Iceman was gone.
Iceman was
Yeah,
gone, but
Jubilee.
his girlfriend was also gone. She was also an X-Men. I can't remember her name. Kaya something. Can't remember her name.
They lost Morph. Like they would do.
They have more, but he was on. But I'm just saying, before we even see them, they've already lost people.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Iceman was
so-
already was on the team, off the team. Morph
Yep.
was on the team, off the team.
Well, no, Morph was on the team when we get
Was
introduced.
Beast even blue back then? Like, I think they had a flashback where they were like, "Yeah, Beast used to not even be
Right.
fucking blue."
Before the first episode, he wasn't blue yet. But when we get introduced, Morph is on the team still, and then he gets off of the team. He gets killed in the first episode, which they wanted to keep. They wanted to keep him dead at first, but they were like, the studio was like, "Nah, you bringing him back." So they brought him back in season 2.
A non-blue Beast is kind of dumb.
Well, he was. I mean, they didn't do that. They just had flashbacks or pictures
or
and flashbacks.
like pictures of him, and then but I mean, just even by a character, like
they established that he wasn't always blue.
Yeah,
and even in the comics, like he started off just not blue, and then he became blue.
But
so
it was only like a few issues because they had to create his.
It's a really great character redesign to make things more interesting. But nobody who likes Beast is like, "Oh no, I like the non-blue, just humanoid, weird ass, homunculus."
I don't think he was ever meant to stay not blue. I think they always.
Oh yeah,
McCoy.
Okay, Dr. McCoy. Yeah. Hank McCoy.
Yeah, something. I was like, it's H McCoy something.
So I do have just like I'm not going to play more than like a few seconds of these, but just so we can get like just a baseline of how the theme has changed right here. So this is the original. Okay. And then this is the new one. So this is actually released by Marvel like 23 hours ago. And this is the end credit music, so it actually might be a little bit different.
It's different. Yeah, it's different.
It is different. Let me see if I can get the Vivo. Ew.
Gross.
See, this is the only one that's like an official release.
That's the one.
But I mean, you'll get the idea.
I think they have the same RPM.
They have the same RPM. It's just like you can hear a bit more of the bombastic
BPM. It's BPM.
BPM. Sorry,
and also, but it's not. There's side by side.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It is a little bit different there, isn't it?
It's just a little faster, but it's
actually, I don't know if it's actually the riff that's faster or just the
you
drum.
can manipulate the BPM without y'all ever even noticing the BPM. Like,
but I'm wondering if it's actually just like the added stuff in
I feel like it's not the guitar riff that's.
All right, I'm gonna tell you a simple way to know that it's faster. Is go look it up on Instagram. Somebody's already put the side by side comparison for you.
Okay, probably
it's already been done. I saw it a few times this morning.
Well, why aren't we listening to that then?
Because I didn't think I was gonna have to prove it to y'all.
I don't. We're not proving it to us. We're just stopping us from doing our own dumbass research. We're doing on podcasts. Weird research. Morgan says, I did like that they had the little hollow fuel for each mutant in the credits still. Where are Nightcrawler and Angel? Yeah, that's a good question. And I'm not completely like well versed because I have watched all of the original series. I just don't know all of the ins and outs of what I remember from all of whatever that was. Like 6 seasons of the animated series. It started in 1992, I believe. The original one, and
91 or 92.
97 because that's where it left off.
Right. So the first pilot was in 1989, and Wolverine was Australian. There was no Jubilee. There was Kitty Pryde. She basically played the role of Jubilee in the first pilot. I mean, in the first episode that we saw. So they basically were trying to introduce her like that. But they never mentioned Kitty Pryde in the series we're familiar with. Yeah. And they never have her again because she was considered bad luck because she was in the first one that didn't get picked up. So
they just never added her again.
Yeah, the writers were like, "No, we're never doing that ever again."
Well, I feel like Kitty Pryde is a good, unique perspective, but Rogue is also Rogue and Jubilee are also like just great perspectives too. I think Rogue is for the Fox universe, and in this one, the animated series, I believe that it picks up with a Jubilee, and she has these power sets that almost seem just non-functional, just kind of like thrown into this world without actually knowing it's like what your powers are sparkles. Yeah,
fireworks.
I don't think
fireworks.
Y'all
are being disrespectful, guys.
I'm just saying.
I never really looked into Jubilee.
That's a Madam Web power.
Have told me that
fireworks
are more than what they seem, and just in the show, she didn't know how to use them yet.
Yeah, in the comic books, first of all, she was not a real character in the comic books at first. They created her character for the show. But the reason they did that is because I'm pretty sure they didn't want to use her anymore, but they were like, no, I'll keep doing that because she's like the kids love her. And
I didn't. She was the worst.
By the way, all of this information that I'm talking about is in the book previously on X-Men, the making of the X-Men animated series. This is an actual book that all this information is in, so you can double check it or go check it out because it's a great read, right? Go check it out. It's giving you the information on the show that came before this show. But yeah, they ended up using Jubilee a lot more in the real comics, and giving her, expanding upon like what her powers do and what she's capable of.
Right. Yeah. Because she does, when you get down to it, well, that's the cool thing about all of the X-Men, I feel like, is when you get down to it, they're all have the potential to be Omega level. They all have that weird ability, because if you have something like Jubilee where you can manipulate light particles, the implications of that are catastrophic. Cyclops has the ability to access the punch dimension and unleash almost any type of kinetic force. That is a problem. Wolverine literally cannot die, and Beast is a super human, super genius or whatever. He's probably not Omega level, but yeah, the whole
Beast is he was just smart before he was even.
Yeah, he's kind of like a surrogate Professor Xavier. He works really good in tandem with Cyclops or with basically anybody.
Yeah, actually, they have a lot of episodes where he's with Jubilee. Actually,
yeah, he works well with everybody.
Right. If you had to pick somebody who you want to work with, I'd be like, probably Beast, because he's not gonna do anything stupid or reckless that would get me killed.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like Wolverine, I'd be like,
no.
Too much shit. I don't know if I can keep up with Wolverine.
If I'm stronger than Wolverine, then I'm good.
Storm's the only other person I'd be on a team with. You put me with Storm or Beast. I don't trust none of these other clowns.
Oh, well, we can talk about Storm. And also, I'm not sure yet what we're doing for next week. We'll probably covering X-Men a little bit on Monday as well.
I already told everybody. I said it earlier.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna, because this is more of a spoiler-free review here. Because Carrie hasn't even seen it, so it's just a spoiler-free review right now. We just sitting here chit-chatting, talking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Kicking back. But
Yeah.
we definitely gonna talk about it on Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. 8 p.m. Pacific time, Monday on Drunk Dance
Yeah.
Podcast.
Absolutely. And and if you do want to watch it, Terry, we may do a little watch party because you said that you don't have Disney Plus, and hit me up on the Discord or where what have you, and we'll arrange a little watch party for you guys to come and watch the 2 episodes with us if that's something you're interested in, Terry.
Yeah. Yeah, my computer has like such limited space. I had to find my old hard drive so I can start.
I mean, you know how we watch Silo together?
Yeah, and we didn't talk
We
about
could probably
Silo,
just do
and
that.
nobody's talking about Silo at all. How disappointing is that?
I mean, it's been a year almost since
Yeah,
Silo.
but
People were talking about it then.
were they? I feel like we were the only ones.
It's still in the top 10 on
but that's only
Apple
because there's only
TV.
15 shows on it.
Shows on Apple TV.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's like, I feel like
But it's
nobody
still,
was talking about Silo.
No, I'm just fucking around. But it's a good show. I didn't finish it, but it's a good show. I was also surprised that nobody really got into it. It's because Rashida Jones, like, just watch it.
It kind of had Rashida Jones.
Kind of had Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
But Common was good in it. Like,
Common was doing his Common thing, but I mean, the main draw is Rebecca Ferguson.
Rashida Jones
and I think
is on the
Kim
fucking
Robinson
marquee
as well. But at the same time, I actually think that it's a little bit overrated from what I've seen. From what I've seen, but not trying to hate
I
on
feel
it.
like they're overhyping Three Body Problem for me, and I'm gonna.
But
whoa,
I brought up
whoa.
Yeah,
I brought up Silo because again, if you do hit us up on the 9 Nerd Yards Discord and you want to watch something, me and Terry might watch X-Men 97 on that. And we got
cool. Because I was gonna say throw it on. I was gonna throw it to our members if they wanted to. But yeah,
your members too. Have a little watch party, and we can actually get that arranged.
Yeah, y'all, we'll send the link out for that, and do a little watch party.
We'll talk more on X-Men 97. We'll talk more X-Men 97 on Monday, and at 1:13 right now. Do you want to do the little reaction to Beetlejuice? Right now? It's only a minute trailer.
We'll do that, and then we'll jump on to talking about what do you call it? Three Body Problem, spoiler free.
Well, do you want to do
where we got?
I haven't watched all of Three Body Problem.
Me either. I haven't finished it. I'm only like 2 episodes. I'm only like 2 episodes.
Wait, didn't you already watch? Did you all watch Quiet on Set?
I just finished Quiet on the Set.
No, I'm talking there's the documentary.
I haven't seen it.
It's on
Discovery
Plus.
Discovery Plus?
Yeah. I think it's on HBO Max as well.
Too. Is it?
I think that's actually the same thing.
Yeah, Discovery Plus is
Discovery is part of Warner Brothers things or whatever.
I don't have that on my phone, but
okay.
Oh man, so
it just seemed like Film Age was the one. Typically, you and Film Age have the are watching the same
documentaries. The people send me documentaries. Nobody sent me nothing this week, so I missed.
I was like, for real, you didn't want Quiet on the Set? I thought that was because I feel like everybody's talking about it now.
Dude, Film Age's Twitter blew up. I haven't watched it. Film Age's Twitter blew up because of Quiet on Set. He tweeted about it and got like 2,000 likes or something on it. So I thought he would be here trying to talk about Quiet on. I thought y'all were going to be talking about Quiet on Set.
Yeah, but I didn't see it pass by me in the lexicon. man, we did like 2 dozen holdups. Like if you include Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday again, like it was crazy.
Even at this with this conglomerate that we have right here, it's hard to keep pace with everything that's coming out. Even on the group chat, people are like, Roadhouse, gotta watch Roadhouse on them. But it's like, wait, hold on a second.
Roadhouse, bro.
But it is right now, it is very busy. This is actually when me and the rest, Terry, the rest of the 9 Nerd Yards crew started linking up with the Drunk Banthas and started like melding in because we got so much content in March and the rest of the year that we have to work through. Right now, it's Invincible, Shogun, Halo, all of these documentary series that we're trying to bring to you guys. We want to cover X-Men 97. We want to cover, updates on Dune. We want to do 3 Body Problem. It is a lot of stuff that we are trying to bring to you guys. And it definitely helps when you leave a like and comment on what you guys are watching so we know where where we should be. Yeah, what you want to hear about.
It's son of a bitch. Quiet on the set. You know what? Probably have to talk about this next week.
We'll save it for next week. Yeah,
so much up your alley, Bill. About like,
we can talk about it.
Like, you already watched the Octopus, and then what was the next one that came out about?
That was the program. Like,
program. So like, it's just like, yeah. You watched those.
This is like the program. Wait a minute, right?
Y'all talking
it's
about
almost
this,
like
there's like 4 episodes of this already.
Yeah,
I think that's all there is, right?
Yeah, it's just
so they just dumped it. They just dumped everything.
Yeah. And it's about child stars in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
I already know about Snyder.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I really wanted to talk about it.
Well, we can talk about that because I already know about it. I'm very.
Hold on. Let's do the Beetlejuice.
Let's do that first, and also let's give a disclaimer: if you've ever been physically harmed or assaulted, please contact. No, I was just gonna say contact contact the police, the authorities. Reach out to somebody, a therapist, a principal, a teacher.
Yeah, maybe not us.
I gotta give out the disclaimers. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to
reach out to us. I have already successfully reported somebody for that and got them officially banned and kicked out.
So I just don't want to.
I will listen to you, and I will make sure that person's gone.
We are gonna make jokes after this, so I just want to make sure that nobody feels like we're being insensitive.
But for now, we are talking about the Beetlejuice reaction trailer. Let's see here. Okay.
He said, Daylight come.
I just want to do a little cut, just because, like, what you're saying, if you want to pull the heartstrings for the song, and this song is probably already copywritten to shit.
Oh yeah,
and we don't want no problems with YouTube.
Well, they're not gonna play this. This should be fine. Well, first of all of it's fine. I typically have issues, but Alex has access to the Nerds at Night studio, so I'll just put the fair use thing in there when they say no.
Well, I mean,
this is all fair use.
You have access to the Nerds at Night.
I don't have it on my phone. I just have access to it on this.
I mean, you can have access. Like, you will, you know how to get access.
Yes.
You just don't want to. You don't have no time for that shit.
Get on there. Back and forth, and then I gotta get some code. You know what I'm saying? It's just unnecessary. It's a bunch of it's just a bunch of bullshit. I ain't trying to.
So while we're breaking it up,
I ain't got time to be distracted by your comments. Go.
But still, that song is iconic, though.
Iconic.
That is iconic.
It's the best part of the movie, to be honest. I feel like most people don't remember anything about this movie except for that. And also,
I mean, what I remember about the movie is clearly the worst part of the movie. So.
I love having to be able to do a Beetlejuice impersonation though. Anytime I can get it off, I get it.
Sorry, your favorite childhood movie is about a pedophile trying to marry a child.
First of all,
That's what it is.
I can name you 6 pedophile movies that you like right now. It like because that's all there
Hold on,
were.
I want to hear. I
want to know these movies. I
want to hear them.
How about American
hear
Beauty?
them.
American Beauty.
Okay, hold on.
Didn't like that.
hold
It's
on.
definitely a
I'm gonna
pedophile
push you
movie.
on.
You're right.
I'm
That's
gonna.
what it
Do
is.
I have?
Didn't like it.
Do I have?
I did not like that movie.
Is there a ticket?
There's the other one with where the girl is like where the little boy. Oh, there we go. The boy brings the little girl.
Oh my god, that's on loop. Okay, all right. So you said American.
That's one. Then
American
there's
Beauty.
then there's the one where the little boy brings home the like sexy ass blonde lady, and he bathes her, he gives her a bath, and she's like, she becomes his girlfriend for like a couple of weeks to impress his friends.
I'll throw down one that everybody loved. Weird Science.
Boom, there's another one. Boom, Weird Science.
Okay, but that's only 2.
No, that's 3. That's
but
3.
You did not name the other one. You're just
I can't remember the name of it. It's like it's not Goldie Hawn. It's no, me and Alex and somebody else just did this the other day. We had to look for all these and it took me like an hour to find it. I found it.
Okay. The Here's to You, Miss Robin.
Exactly.
Is that the one that
exactly
you're talking about?
Nope, that's not that one.
I think the whole point his next comment, but I was like, I think the whole point of
that's 3. Okay.
What?
Lolita.
Well, that was the whole point of that movie, though. I mean, we're talking about movies that were trying.
Sorry,
it has nothing to do with the point of any of the movies. It has to do with whether people like them, whether they like.
I think you were on onto something with American Beauty, and then when you said Weird Science.
Weird Science, yeah.
I agree. I would also say like Back to the Future has some like weird things in that. Like
that's
just incest.
It's not
I feel like
it's just incest.
They're all underage, but like weird
incest.
tiny wimey stuff. It's
incest.
like
It's
also
gross.
pedo shit too.
No, there's a lot.
I might even. This is one of my favorites where I could.
American Pie, right there. That's one.
Yeah.
So that I would say that's 4.
Stifler's mom. Stifler's mom. Yeah, he said it. Morgan said it. A movie I like that you could throw this in the category would be Leon the Professional.
Yeah, that's even grosser.
But I feel like that was Father Adoptive Daughter.
I don't know what that movie is.
No, can't be.
But I admit also,
and then also, I'm going to give you the freebie. The free bingo card is literally the topic of this conversation, which is Beetlejuice. So
yeah, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, so that's 6 right there. And then you said
going
7.
on and on, man.
No, you said 7, so we got.
No, I said 6.
One.
I said.
Oh,
6.
I thought. Oh, you said 6.
I
thought you said 7.
But we could keep going. Like that's all the 90s and the 80s was. That's all the 90s and the 80s was. So like we could just keep going. How about Sandlot?
I don't know about Sandlot.
He was hitting.
That was sexual assault, right there. Like,
no,
so, like, that's kind of a problem.
No, they got married. They got married after that. So
you know how I met your mom.
But was that like a major plot in the movie?
It was a big subplot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was because he was always trying to be like, oh, I want this one so bad.
Yeah,
so he faked drowning.
They had it at the beginning, then they tagged it in the middle, and then they had it at the end where he got married. They told you he got married to her. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's all through.
Well, actually, while we're getting back on topic, Jenna Ortega is in this new Beetlejuice or whatever, and I've heard that she's in a new she's in a new movie with with a motherfucker from is a colonizer. He's
Ben Affleck?
Bilbo Baggins. He's
Freeman.
Martin Freeman. apparently there's this new movie where her and Martin Freeman, Jenna Ortega and Martin Freeman, are like slapping cheeks, and he's like
Ew.
older professor. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be like ill. He's an
Juno.
older professor,
I think
creepy.
that was,
No, that's same age. Like that's just a teenage pregnancy movie.
no, I'm talking about the part where the.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right
Yep.
about that. Yeah, you're
But
right.
I was like,
He's
that was
talking
kinda
about the
weird.
pedo
Okay.
part.
He was a creep.
That's right there. Yeah. But yeah, Jenna Ortega is slapping cheeks with Martin Freeman in this new movie where he's a professor and she's a student. So, and people are pretty pissed about it. But yeah, I mean that was a long enough break. We're not going to get copyrighted for this last.
like the face of somebody who saw their sexual assaulter come back to life because that's what he was, and I'd be horrified.
Or a ghost. Or a ghost.
I don't get why people are in the. She's used to ghosts. Don't those other two ghosts still live with her? She should be used to ghosts. She's
I don't
afraid
know
of
if they do live there or
tried
not.
to
I
bone
feel
her
like
ass.
she
I'd be
is
scared. Look at that
actually
face. That is the
in
all
real
up
life
face.
used to ghost. You know, she just has that expression on her like she's seen some shit.
That's her Stranger Things face.
Yeah. Where's my son?
I guess she's gonna be saying, "Where's her daughter?" Right? Is Jenna
Yeah,
Ortega supposed to be
yeah.
her daughter or something?
So you're assuming that
wouldn't
they're
make
going to continue the pedophilic theme and he's going to go after her daughter.
I'm
Yeah,
fucking
it's
bet
gonna
they
be
are.
like this.
Is
It's
that
gonna
what
be a
you-
little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Alec Baldwin is going to come back and reprise his role with Gina Davis for this. I think they might be outside of the price range for.
Don't give him a gun.
Bruh, how hard would
Actually-
it be for you if you were on set? And
No,
he
old girl just went to jail
came
for that.
back?
They just convicted.
No, they actually finished that trial up.
Yeah,
Especially
they
if
just
he was like,
convicted old girl.
like an assistant direct, like a number, like if you were the director of this movie and Alec Baldwin was like, I'll come back on, I'd be making jokes at him the whole time.
I mean, you can because old girl's the one who actually was the one who fucked up. Like they've already determined that
you can't.
the armorer was the one who fucked up. Like you're not supposed to
That's
have a real.
only
There's not supposed
job. Like,
exactly. There's not supposed to be no bullets.
job is
Guns
to
is not to be
prevent
played around with.
that.
Just so
That's what
y'all
they-
know.
That's what they were
Clearly.
paying you
Clearly.
to do, is to make sure nobody was fucking around with these.
Just
guns.
talking to the kids, you know, all the kids. His kids watch this too for some reason.
Yeah.
But y'all just don't be playing with no guns, all right?
Always treat a gun like it's loaded.
Now you grown folks, I can't control y'all. Just do what you want to do. Y'all gonna do what you want to do anyway. But you
Yeah.
kids out there, listen to me now.
They just ruled that if you're an illegal immigrant, you can your Second Amendment right is to have a gun.
And then they're
They
mad
just
about
ruled that.
when
I don't
immigrants
have any-
speak
I don't
to
have any
people. They're
problem
like,
with
how did that happen? I was like, well,
I
you
don't have no problem with that.
And
But you know
it's
why
just
they do that?
people-
You know why they do that? They do that so they can take
No, it was
brown
a-
people
it
to
was a
jail.
It was
They
a
do that so
ploy.
they can. I'm just saying they do that so they can take brown people to jail. So if you driving around with your gun on you as a brown person, you just giving them probable cause. I'm just telling you, like that's just probable cause. Now I can search
No,
your
no,
whole
it was
car.
actually. I
Why
think
do
it
you
was
have
actually
a
a
gun?
Democratic ploy.
No, I'm not talking. First of all, whitey, it comes in all colors, red and blue, and so
No. I'm saying for this ruling in particular,
yeah, no, I'm just saying like
that just
people
happened.
hate niggas all no matter what party they're in. There's people that hate niggas, and all I'm saying is, and like a lot of Democrats make money off the prison industrial complex, so they make laws to have it easier to get like for brown people to get them, so that they can quickly or more quickly put you in prison or incarcerate you or have probable cause to search you, right?
both sides are
But-
always talking about we come together when we're tough on crime.
Yeah,
Right.
no. So
But
this is,
the fact of the matter is, we always going to be out misproportionately pulled over and disproportionately arrested. So because we all smoke the same amount of weed, we all do the same amount of drugs, whatever color we are. But more of us are in jail or getting pulled over for it.
where's Rachel V when I need her? Because this was actually a ploy from the Democrats as almost an attack on uh, uh, to stifle on a new reform for gun rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, what they
No,
do
I
is
get
it's
it
called a
because
political
They did
football.
that.
all their
They
gun
did
laws
that
until the Black
particularly.
Panthers started getting guns.
It's a
So I guess
political
if they give
football.
Like the same thing what they did for the Black Panthers.
They'll start
Exactly.
making gun laws.
So it's actually
I
a
get it.
fast
I
route
get what you mean
from
by the
border control and also it's border control and immigration control and gun reform all wrapped into one that they can actually now tackle with this issue is what I have analyzed that.
You love gun rights so much, give guns to everybody, right? Everybody should have guns. That's what you want, right? Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Is that what you want? Then well, yeah. But we should be moving on to the
I mean, how do we feel about that trailer? Y'all, what do y'all think the plot's gonna be? Like I said, it's gonna be the rehash of this pedophilic man
like-
trying to
I
marry a
like-
child again, or
I like the trailer because there's not much to it. And if I'm not mistaken, it comes out this year in maybe like 5 months or something like that. So
yeah. Oh, yep, I got it right here. It says okay. So that is September 6th, 24. And doesn't that have some type of significance to it or something?
I have no fucking clue.
that when the original was released or something.
Alex's
Or
birthday
is
is
it
on
like,
September the 1st, so that's the only thing I can tell you.
What does that make him? What's Alex's sign then?
He's a Virgo.
Okay.
A Virgo.
Did
A
y'all watch
Virgo.
the cart? There's a Beetlejuice
Virgo.
cartoon. I think I've seen a Beetlejuice like crossover movie or something animated.
No, it's cartoon.
movie,
It's a cartoon
but,
TV show that
I've not seen the cartoon.
No, the original Beetlejuice was released in March. End of March.
Okay.
which is around my birthday.
All right.
But no, yeah, there was a cartoon. I used to watch the cartoon all the time. It used to come on Sabado.
Right, and the cartoon was just like a whole different plot.
Whole different concept.
No, they're just homies and best friends. You know, Beetlejuice, he's a wild, crazy guy, and Lydia just gets into adventures.
They have Rick and Morty type adventures.
And Ghost Town and Ghostland. Like they always go to.
Yeah.
What was the rhyme? Something take me to someplace scary.
I can't remember, but it was kind of like a cross between like Rick and Morty and was it Pumpkin Jack or whatever? Like
it was kind of like all
Jack
and
Pumpkin.
You know what? I don't know why like women aren't happy about it. It was like a good female-led animated show. Like she wasn't like defenseless all the time. She really didn't need Beetlejuice. She helped Beetlejuice out more than I think Beetlejuice helped her in a lot. If I'm wrong or not, I don't know. Yeah,
he was basically like Genie to her, like for like her. If she was Aladdin, he was her Genie.
Okay.
It was kind of like I Dream of Genie.
So it was still just it was still more about him.
Kind of like I Dream of Genie. Yeah,
but real like
still more about her.
I could go back and watch the cartoon show, but the movie creeps me out now. I was like, this is creepy. But the kid show, I was like, no, those vibes. I think they knew how to fix a lot of kids shows back then because they made Ghostbusters a fucking children's show.
Might be watching
a whole list of shows where they made adult movies into like just fucking kid shows.
We're definitely covering Beetlejuice for Does It Hold Up.
Okay.
So I might be going to see this just to cover it on the Drunk Banthas podcast every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. But if not, I might just wait till this come out on
What Morgan just said, he's right. They fucking did. I remember that. That shit was tight though. Alien. That was good though. That was a good action cartoon.
Alien had a cartoon, but it wasn't as good.
Men in Black had a good cartoon.
I was about to say it wasn't as good as Men in Black, and it wasn't as good as Starship Troopers, and it
was
wasn't
not as good as Nothing was as good as Starship Troopers.
And it wasn't as good as Godzilla. The Godzilla cartoon was off the chain.
Godzilla was good. Yeah.
Oh, the Men in Black one. The Men in Black cartoon was cool.
like
Oh
3-4
yeah, that
seasons.
was just the era of just like
Them
any
retconning movies and making them better.
the cartoons.
No, they weren't
They did
retconning movies.
not matter.
They were literally continuations of a movie.
No, because MIB was retcon because they made it to where Agent L he didn't quit because remember he quits and mind erases himself and then old girl comes along.
But that was in the second one. The first one, the cartoon came after the first movie.
Right, and they fixed the ending of the first movie.
I thought Q quits in the second movie.
He quits in the first movie. and they bring him back in the second movie because he was working at the post office.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that Godzilla's cartoon is literally the Godzilla that's in that cartoon is the baby egg
from the 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the toys connected. That's how I know that was. I was like, well, yeah, because I kept buying toys. But they kind of like fixed it up. And Starship Troopers was a retcon of the movie and the book.
Starship Troopers was just doing what they wanted to do.
For me, they took the best parts of the book with the best parts.
I didn't know it was no book. Also, I didn't know Three Body Problem is a book. That's
Three Body Problem is a book.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
I've been trying to get motherfuckers to read that.
I don't read science
so long. This is the crazy thing about. I mean, we'll get
that up, but then I also want to read Dune at the same time.
Well, that's the crazy part. Like,
I've tried to listen to Dune.
I am
it's not fun.
So happy this month because I have been a big Dune book fan for a long time, and I have been a Three Body Problem book fan for a long time. And the fact that I'm getting both of these adaptations in the same month, I watched Dune again last week.
Alex has seen it 3 times. He's probably going to see it right now. He said he's going to the movie right now. So
I might go see it.
40X though,
because
only once. Alex always
has the
don't like 40X.
Grand Rapids has one of the only IMAX theaters in the country. So I need to go see it in IMAX now.
Alex calls them.
I'm probably going to do that.
Alex calls them Limaxes when they're not real IMAXes.
Yeah, they trick you. They trick you. I need to go see the real shit.
There's one also in Birmingham, Alabama.
See if it was actually filmed on the right camera or not.
Yeah.
They have a real IMAX in Birmingham, Alabama at the McWayne Center. It's a science center. It's one of the first IMAX theaters that was built, like first ever. But it was built there in the science museum because
they would have those special movies for it. Like
exactly. And it's also science. It's also science. Like it's
look at this new technology.
Exactly. Yeah. This new technology. And till this day, there hasn't been anything that it's exceeded it really.
I want to see something at that little big giant eyeball thing in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I want to see something.
I do want to do that too. That's like a bucket list thing now. Like add to the bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be cheap to get in
they're
there.
probably not too much better than IMAX. I mean, they added 40X, but that's not visual. That's like physical things.
Physical, yeah. It's like Universal Studios ride.
It's a Universal Studios ride through and through.
But for 2
that
hours.
smell was weird. Every time the spice would show up, they had pumped something in the theater.
Oh, really?
They pump a smell throughout the theater.
They pump a smell for the spice. And it's just not what you want the spice
that is actually
not cinnamon.
Pretty cool because that would really put you in the headspace.
Like it reminded me of something fermented, like kombucha or some shit. Every time I was
Also, the smell is usually pretty similar in every movie. Like you go to see when they try to create a mood with the smell, it's usually kind of the same shit, but it's not like it's never like pleasant. You know what I mean? Like, and but when you go see a movie with like water or snow, they spray. You know what I'm saying? Like spray you with water and shit. So it's an experience, dude.
Notice there's more back punching effect too.
Yeah.
Like you'll be sitting there, and all of a sudden you're like, like the seat punches you in the back at something. It's like, oh, that's true.
Whenever
I
the
don't see
main
how
character,
people can have giant things of popcorn with them and watch that movie. I try and scarf down my food. I got
yes,
gonna be like,
yes, same. We try to get there early so that we can eat the hot dogs and eat the little candy, eat enough popcorn so that when I move, my
it's not
popcorn
flying out.
don't fly all up out of there. Because you see people who have never been on one before, and they be in there, and they do that first test and that test trailer, and then he's like, boom, motherfuckers throw their shit up in the air, and then they show them people doing like this in the video.
The motorcycle ride out there,
and everybody in there is like, yo, what the fuck? It always makes everybody fucking bust out laughing because it's like, who do it? Nope. I always look at somebody who's next to me if they've never been with me before. I go, hey, if you do that shit, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. If I catch you acting like we fucking riding handlebars, I'm slapping the shit out you.
Yeah. I'll show you American Beauty.
You can't sit next to me. You gotta go sit somewhere else.
I'll show you the Lisa and Gaib. But quiet on set. Terry, do you want to take us away on this one? Because it is a very interesting concept. It's dark. It's ominous.
It's dark, but I'd have to say it's one of those well-known secret things.
Yeah.
Like Harvey Weinstein, where everybody had the rumors, they knew the stories. There had been people who may have tried to speak out about it and were quickly silenced. And Film Age is here. Film Age, like, throw him the link because
oh my god, what?
I'll throw him the link.
I think he's just been watching this whole time. Yeah, he's got the captions on.
Film Age will be watching. He won't say nothing. I get.
He's out docs against.
Does he not have the link?
I'm sending it to him right now.
All right.
Like, Harvey Weinstein didn't really affect too much of us. We didn't really know who he was. We're young kids at that age.
Yeah.
We didn't read credits like that or actually get to see the man. He wasn't like that. But this man, Dan Snyder, we all knew who he was because he would always be in his shows. He would show up. You knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew that was the person you always wanted to meet if you ever wanted to be on Nickelodeon. That was the dude that could make your dreams come true. What we didn't know, or what some of us did know, but apparently not enough people, was that a fucking monster.
I knew, but that's just because, like, I've had, friends in the business and whatnot, and, you hear things. And also, like what me and Nan were talking about right when you jumped on, actually, YouTube back in the day used to you could just throw anything on YouTube and you can find shit out, but you had to kind of like decipher for yourself whether or not it was real, right? Like people are always talking about now, like, oh, I don't know what's real and what's not. Like, yeah, it's called the internet, nigga. Welcome to the 21st century. Like,
I think the first video I saw was 10 years ago. That was basically calling out all the foot things that he was doing. Like the old Nickelodeon. I was like, who's behind Nickelodeon and why did they like feet so much? Something kind of like just weird like that called him out to my attention at first.
I'll make sure I go to Film Ages.
Here are all these scenes where they talk about touching feet and stuff. And I think it might have been like a compilation with like Quentin Tarantino, because we all know he's a foot guy too, right?
We do know.
So I think it was like a video was just like talking about like the weird feet guys of Hollywood. Dan Snyder and Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, to be fair, doesn't have any movies with children.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, well,
so we can at least
right then and there that told me something.
I'm okay with Thelma Hayek's and Uma Thurman's on my.
That doesn't mean that they're not into that. I'm just saying, let's just be fair.
All right.
We at least know that Quentin Tarantino was doing anything to anybody on set.
Doing it to people of age. This exploitation.
Well, as we found out from Harvey Weinstein, it doesn't really matter if you're doing it to people of age.
Does it hold up?
We say back
is
then,
what we found out.
Something happening. Like, why is he doing these scenes? with children? Why are there
Well,
so
Yeah.
cum jokes with
Mhm.
children?
Well, let's just be fair. Because if he was a regular dude and didn't do any of this stuff, we would be considering him to be innovative, and he gave minority children an opportunity. These are the reasons that he was getting away with. I'm just saying.
I want you to remember that part where you said he gave minority children an opportunity, because you are going to see some things who they interviewed, and you're going to be
Ooh.
like, man, fuck him.
No, you're not. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying that if he didn't do any of those things, if he had never done any of those things,
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
then
but I'm just saying, I just want you to like just think about that.
Right.
Also thing.
No. See, this is the thing.
Right.
I don't have to think.
Opposite.
I really don't have to think too much about it, because I already knew all this stuff.
Right.
Like, I already knew all this stuff. Like, it's. I've heard interviews. You can find like people like these cast members have let these little droplets of things out over the time, and Danny Tamborelli and what's her name?
Yeah.
They have a show together. They have a podcast together. They've talked about it before. Not in detail, because I can only imagine how traumatic it is for them having to account times in where they felt uncomfortable or watch somebody be made uncomfortable, right? So I can only imagine how hard it is for these people to talk about these things. But I'm just pointing out how the reason people get away with things like this is because they've put themselves in a position where it's hard for you to confirm those types of things without having it actually have happened or in front of you, or it happened to you, right? Like, it's hard for you to be able to say that's a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just look at somebody and say that's what happened.
That's a sexist.
Right. You can't just point out at somebody and say it.
No, I just thought I was pointing that out because I think it's so funny now that you said the whole thing. And I'm just like, yeah, you're absolutely right. The one main thing I thought about Dan Snyder was that man gave opportunities to a lot of minority children, right?
Right. That's the first thing you would think if you didn't know nothing, if you don't know nothing.
Quiet of the set, you find out like, no, that wasn't even the case either. So that's why I was just got to say, wait, I want you to keep that in mind what you said, because when you watch, you're gonna be like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, definitely, because like outside looking in, you're just seeing all these people who came up, who he like discovered. You know what I'm saying? All these people literally become stars, right? Mega stars, not just like famous, but not just like, oh, remember him, but like stars.
They're everywhere. They're not just on your TV show. They're on movies. They're on billboards.
They're writing.
They're in all the stores you shop at, being models.
Now, Neil Brennan, the guy who wrote for the co-creator of the Chappelle Show, he worked on all that. He was a writer on all that. That was his first job. So, like, people like that who have come up under his tutelage, you know what I'm saying? You have to look at it. You're without any knowledge outside looking in. You have to look at that and go, damn, this dude did a lot of shit. Like he like a Bill Belichick of movies and television out here. But fact of the matter is, this dude was a monster, or is a monster. He's still alive, for all I know, and I think he still has they cut ties with him like 4 or 5 years ago, but he still he still gets all his royalties and stuff.
Yeah.
And like Good Burger just came out last year. Good Burger 2 just came out last year. That's his creation, right? Like, he getting money for that. He was in Good Burger 1.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. I was like, well, you might not know who Harvey Weinstein is. He's a little older than us because we don't see him, but we know who the fuck Dan Schneider was.
Exactly. No, yeah, that's a great point. Dan Schneider was Harvey Weinstein, but he actually got, because Harvey Weinstein wanted to be an actor, and he wanted to be an actor, and he came up with like Scorsese and Spielberg and them, and they all hated him. And they all were like, no, you never gonna be an actor. Like, you suck. You terrible. And then he started producing his own movies. And then, the rest was history. But Snyder actually became an actor, actually became a writer.
Yeah, because he started on Head of the Class.
Exactly. So he actually got to do both. You know what I'm saying? And puts him in a situation where you can hide it better, in my opinion. When you're just, you can be known as the creepy guy who got a lot of money, or you're the fun, happy guy who also got a lot of money, but has this dark side, this dark secret. You know what I'm saying? But like Weinstein, he was just known as a monster, right? He's just known as, but like people look at that and go, it's easier to believe. He's a billionaire. He's fucking tall. He's a big motherfucker, fat. Like people look at that in America and we go, yeah, that motherfucker look like he could be doing some bad shit. I believe it. But Schneider, he's like that lovable, fluffy guy who
John Candy,
Chris Farley-esque, John Belushi-esque, Jim Belushi for that matter, Danny DeVito type motherfucker. Fun fat guy. Tom Arnold, like, hey, But that motherfucker is a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier to hide it under those types of situations. But y'all pay attention to them things, y'all. Like, if somebody says something, take it into account and like really look into it. Believe them. You know what I'm saying? Even if it feels hard to do it at first, just believe them. Take them seriously, even if you don't believe them. Because all it took was a couple of people saying, hey, this is what happened to me. Now, unfortunately, it happened 20 years after the fact, right? 20 years after he done already messed with 20 years of other kids. But all it needed to happen was these people say something in the past, and we could have got something to happen. So believe when these kids is telling you something. Believe when your friend, if you're an adult, if it's adults telling you something, like believe when people tell you that they are being assaulted. Okay, because you never know, man. Just take it serious, even if you don't believe it. Because I'm not gonna go into
documentary is gonna go into.
Yeah,
is no one actually accuses them anything beyond just making a creepy, hostile work environment. There's no like, he touched me, he cornered me in a room and made me do this act, he flashed me. There's none of that against Dan Snyder. It's all he wrote these inappropriate scripts. He was always asking all the women on set to do massages. He was like, the way he was treating like female employees was just like, yeah, like how did you not get sued for sexual harassment?
Well, I can tell you with Reculus,
or like basically like retaliation or stuff. Like two of the writers had a story where he was splitting their salary and they accepted it, and it come to find out the union was like, no, that's illegal. He can't be splitting your salary on this show. And then the union called him, and then he retaliated against both those women. And like, he would just make a very hot, like, if you look at the definition of hostile work environment, that motherfucker's face would be in it. Because like, he was just a terrible fucking boss to these people. But,
yeah. Hold on. That sound means that we got somebody coming to the stage right now. We got Chris, otherwise known as Film Age Studios. Welcome.
Clean shaven too.
Yeah. Turns out,
which I am not used to at all.
Yeah,
I was like, who is this intruder?
I know, right? It's horrible. I look disgusting. Yeah, the prosthetics couldn't fit on my beard, so I had to shave.
You got the Ghostbusters shirt on.
You look like I'm gonna have to card you for having that beard. That's what you look like.
Are you by chance interested in watching the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out?
I did actually. I did watch it today.
Oh, you watched it. You watched it tonight. Okay. How was it?
It was it's hard. It's really hard to describe. It's really hard to describe. I enjoyed. I like the Ghostbuster elements to it. Like there's certain things like certain design choices, like the proton packs and stuff. Like I liked all that stuff. They just do like a secondary story that I wasn't really prepared for. And it kind of it doesn't really fit into the world as I had known prior to this film. But
okay.
But other than that, it was okay. They need to really take their time though, because they're just it feels like they rushed this one a bit. But I mean, if you like
they rushed some marketing too, right? Just a little bit.
It's an
I don't know. I've heard about this movie for almost a year, so I don't want to say they rushed some marketing.
It was just super aggressive. It's like there's like 4 different cups at the theater that you can get different little icons and stuff. It's crazy how much they're pushing this film.
Well, the reason they're doing that is because this movie is one of those big toy movies from the 80s and 90s. From the 80s.
Yeah, but I was just shocked at like how little like amount of people were actually there though. It's like usually this town is Ghostbusters all the way, but yeah.
Well, it's Thursday night.
Oh right? Yeah, that's true.
That's Thursday night, so but yeah, I didn't know it was actually coming out I thought it was coming out next weekend.
Yeah,
I didn't know when it was coming out. Well, I should have known it was coming out because Ghostbusters doesn't hold up. Ghostbusters 2 is on Drunk Bantha's channel right now. Does it hold up? The Ghostbusters 2? Let me know.
It
does it?
It does hold up.
Does it though?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ghostbusters 2. I'm trying to figure out if
did anybody else watch Extreme Ghostbusters?
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
You know what this kind of reminds me of, and I guess since you've seen it. Remember that I think it was toward the last episodes of Extreme Ghostbusters where they literally had to fight the Bermuda Triangle and they had to call in the old Ghostbusters. That's what this is what Frozen Empire is giving me.
You know what? It Producer T, it feels exactly like that. Like you hit the nail right on the head.
That episode, because when I saw this trailer, I was like, isn't this that episode where they fought the fucking Bermuda Triangle?
It pretty much is that. Holy God, man, dude.
Bermuda Triangle in New York?
In forever.
Like there was like this big force and like it was fucking stuff up and gobbling shit up, and they're like, what is it? And they're like, oh shit, it's the Bermuda Triangle. They found out the Bermuda Triangle was actually like some kind of like ghost or some shit that just sucks things up.
I like this character design, you know. It does look very Diablo, but
that's the other thing.
That's pretty cool.
When you see the design up close, though, it's like, whoa, you guys really goofed on that. He looks.
Oh, they phoned it in. They found it in the.
Yeah, because like
I can see that.
You get a couple of shots of him in the shadows. I think you see it in the trailer.
Oh, it's a him.
Yeah.
I was getting a her vibe from this. Because of Gwendolyn from Diablo 4. This is
now
kind of vibe that I was getting from it.
See, now that you mention it, he does kind of have like a feminine figure in the silhouette, so it makes sense.
The guy can't have his figure together without y'all saying that he's
it's feminine. You kind of look bitch made, to be honest.
Like I was just saying, y'all better not let Saul Santana hear y'all saying that.
The hourglass figure, the hourglass face off.
Yeah, like I was getting more. I guess it's like
y'all hear Sauce Santana here.
it's like it's hella.
Punch y'all
It's
in the throat.
hella. You know, I was thinking more Diablo 4 type of deal.
Yeah.
Just want to say shout out to everybody who's watching right now. We are going live on Nerds at Night, Dan the Drunk Banthas channel, and from Twitter, drunk_Banthas. This is the Bantha Bunch Show with your boy Bill. It's 9T, and we got Film Age in the building. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Join us if you want to participate, man. And give us a like and subscribe real quick.
Morgan, did you post that before I said Diablo, or were we
Lilith
just like
vibes.
linking?
Yeah,
because this is Lilith, or Diablo Lilith vibes. So
I think you said it at the same time because there's
or Hella. I think we were just on that Hella from
Marvel
or
Ragnarok.
Hella for like that type of
Thor 3
imagery is what I was also imagining. So I'm kind of like surprised that this is the dude.
Yep, it's a dude.
How is this? You know, I'm going off of that, and then this is the dude.
Yeah, dude. When you line it up like
You
that,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you put it together all like that.
Like, no, I mean, you know, I feel like you have
I can see that's a dude. That's a dude at the other one. I can tell it's a dude.
I'm just saying, like,
he's not getting no chest days in, but
I feel like when you're monster creating, you have to be.
It's the hips, like I said. The hourglass.
Well, I mean, he looks like a malnourished man, is what he looks like.
I mean, not Hella.
No, I'm just saying if you go back to the other one, he looks like a malnourished man.
I'm just for our list, for our viewers, or out of context listeners.
Oh yeah, and also our listeners. Yeah, we are looking at pictures, people. If you're listening
at pictures, so Kate Blanchett,
been the worst episode for listeners.
Lilith from Diablo 4, and then we have I don't know who.
We don't call him Old Buddy. That's what we don't call him.
Buddy. Yeah. But Terry is completely right. That's an hourglass figure.
That is a fucked up hourglass if I ever see it.
And I feel like if you are in the realm of monster creating, you have to be linked into the zeitgeist, right? Like you gotta know what the collective unconscious is seeing, and we're seeing this, so we're kind of relating the horns and stuff more to.
And that's how they got you. And that's how they got your ass to go buy a ticket. That's how they do it. Yeah. That's how they do it. They're not worried about how you feel about the movie. Like I think that's the misconception about people with certain, like companies in certain movies. People think a lot of these studios care about whether you like the movie or not. They actually don't care about that. They care about whether or not you're going to go see it. And as long as you keep going to see it, they still make their money. They really don't care about how you feel about the movie.
Well, at the same time, we are fucked because
that's what I just said.
We even have a following. It's really weird for us when we watch any type of media. We could talk about like media illiteracy, and I'm not trying to like be pompous or any type of thing or whatever, but this is kind of like what we do. So like honestly, if you're watching this right now, you're weird too. You're fucked also. Yeah. Like if you're actually watching this right now, you're finding it entertaining and you're just like actually listening,
or you're a boss
or whatever,
or you're a boss.
We are not the general public at all that are watching this. Terry is literally like a multi-international critic. So like just from all of these, we're just kind of weird. The Bantha Bunch people are very weird.
No.
But we should get back to this
right
bunch
here. People
not weird. Okay, I just want Chris's opinion. Like on this, they don't like I was trying to explain, they don't actually accuse Dan Harmon of doing actually any.
Not Dan Harmon.
No, yeah.
Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan. I actually
Why you trying to put
Don't talk about your homeboy like that, bro.
Yeah.
and I couldn't out of the two. I mean, Justin Roiland went Dan. Never mind. Let's not get into that.
We can't get into that shit.
I know about, unfortunately.
But quite on set.
Oh man.
Yeah, quite on set. You and Tara are the ones that actually walk this.
Chris, walk us through like the first couple episodes. Like, how did they build this up? Like, Dan Schneider is like, he's a big dick in Hollywood. I mean, like he has created some huge shows, especially like Nickelodeon probably doesn't exist as we know it today without him. So how did they set this up?
Okay, so they pretty much set up like the vibe of what the 90s was to a generation of people. And they talk about like the impact of what Nickelodeon was and how Dan came in at a crucial time in the growth of that company. And through his I guess influence, or through his just I don't know how he. That's what's so weird.
It kind of sets it up where it talks about like his beginning of like they mentioned the how he starred on Head of the Class. A writer and main actor on there, so it built up like who is Dan Snyder, where he came from, and then it kind of got into well, from that they let him write all that. Yeah. And through all of that, like he was doing spinoffs with each of the kids that he would find, and then they would do spinoffs of that, or he would create a whole different new show with random kids, and he was just like he was the hit maker, and right would just be.
Do they talk about my girl here?
Yes.
Do they talk about? Okay.
Morgan, if you comment in one chat, you're commenting in all the chats. We can see all of them.
Yeah, I think
That Divines takes place right around the second episode, because first they're talking about the original cast of all that. Y'all remember Katrina Johnson?
Yeah.
They were talking about her, and she tells her story about how they were like trying to build her up to be. She was supposed to have the Katrina Johnson show, but they're like she developed too quickly and she was too fat. And they told that to this little girl's face. This little 13-year-old girl. I was like, "You're too fat."
That is not. Well, I mean, that is not fair. I mean, not fair. That is not weird. Excuse me. In Hollywood, that's what happens. I mean, that's just what Hollywood does. It doesn't matter if you're 7 years old. Doesn't matter if you're 7 months old.
Yeah. But like, I'm talk about the first thing that you said. That is not fair.
No, it's
not fair. Though.
Guess what? Hollywood's not fair. You know what fair is? That's it. You get hot dogs at a fair. You get rides. You get maybe. But it's like you get your face painted at a fair. But in Hollywood, where they make in Hollywood where they make millions of dollars and they spend millions of dollars on it, nobody gives a fuck about any of that. Like football. Don't nobody care when a football player gets told he's overweight or underweight and he can't play on the team. Like nobody cares about that. You're making them a lot of money and they spending a lot of money. So nobody's guaranteed a spot on the team or on the cast.
We could.
But I'm not saying I'm not saying that society isn't fucked up, but
that's what we're talking about, because that's
but that doesn't
this
equate
is
to
the Katrina Johnson
that doesn't equate to creepy
on
or dark. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't equate.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's
trying to build her up, but then they're just like, no.
But that's regular. That's what I'm saying. I don't have sympathy for that because that happens to little boys, little girls, adults.
For that. Because isn't that like at least a cornerstone of?
But
like,
she goes into like more other stuff that happens.
No, it's not a cornerstone of creepiness. Let me just.
I feel like it is.
Let me explain why.
Hold on, one second, Bill. 1 second before you get into this. I'd just like to address what Bill is saying here. I think what was happening at this point in Hollywood is it was putting up. It was still it was like it was taking place in the 90s or in the late 80s, early 90s, and Hollywood was like putting over the veil of this 90s decade. And the veil is TGIF, all the shows on TGIF, all the shows on Nickelodeon, all the shows that are pitched to us kids to give this illusion that like we are all friends working together, we are all one, there's this unity here, it's the thing that gets all these like certain people of a certain age and a certain race the idea that nothing bad ever happened into the 90s. That's why a large percentage of them believe this stuff. So like them telling her that she was too fat to have a show, I just feel like is part of that whole illusion that they were trying to keep ever so present, because they knew times were changing, and so they just wanted to make sure that this generation that was shaped by these type of shows were seeing things that were like just artificial to like the max. That's what I took away.
Exactly. Look, it's not just this time period. This is just how Hollywood works. Nobody on Hollywood, you don't see a bunch of ugly, overweight people on TV shows and movies. That the United States is full of ugly, overweight people. We got more overweight people than anybody else in the world.
Yeah, but we're talking about
let me finish talking.
Yeah, we are talking.
Guys just literally sat there and didn't say one goddamn thing while Chris was talking. Let me fucking finish fucking talking. God damn. Listen. Okay.
This is
none of what y'all
podcast.
No, listen, we are talking about creepy shit. Don't come to me talking about something bad happened and then tell me that somebody stepped on your flowers in your front yard. Get the fuck out of here. That's not terrible. Okay. So
you said build
no, let me finish fucking talking. Let me finish.
No, we'll let you finish talking.
We will be here till 4:00 in the goddamn morning if I fucking have to. I'm fixing to fucking say this shit. All right. The fact of the matter is, don't nobody give a fuck about your piss poor fucking incident where you fucking got told that they were building you up and then they canceled the shows that you were going to be on. That happens every fucking day in Hollywood. Nobody gives a shit. It doesn't mean that you got treated badly. You got treated how people get treated. They don't fucking discriminate against who they hate on. Like, that might not even been the truth. They probably just didn't like her no more. They probably didn't fuck with her mom. You get lied to all the time for reasons that you are not going to be in something in Hollywood. Sometimes they don't even tell you why. They just go away. They just tell you don't come back. Like, especially as a child actor, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Sometimes you age out of the position that they want you in. We want 3 teenagers. We want 1 kid that's a preteen, and we want 1 girl that's like between both of those. And well, if you age up as that little girl who's 16 now, like, I don't need you. I need to go with an Amanda Bynes who's younger than you, who is the same person that you were 3-4 years ago. Which brings up my other thing that I was trying to bring up. Nickelodeon only keeps shows for 3 years and then they go to another show. Like, they just put that in syndication, rerun everything, because they realize years and years ago their audience ages out. So I don't need you to grow up with this channel as an actor and in our business. I don't need you to do that. What I need you to do is stay young forever. You can't do that. Guess what? You got to go so I can bring in the next person. That's just how the business works. Now, all the other creepy stuff, that has nothing to do with this. That's what I'm saying. That's a terrible way to set up a documentary like this when there's actual serious shit that actually happened, that he actually did. That is not something that's indicative of that type of what the behavior that we're trying to talk about, this dark. It says the dark side of kids TV. That ain't the dark side. That's the regular part.
Okay.
But
all right. So are you going
like the very, very, very fucking first beginning, man?
I'm just saying that shouldn't have been included in. I'm saying it shouldn't even been in the documentary. This is not,
the
this
way
has nothing to do with
it's
the
true documentary. You'll understand it.
It's just
you're
regular.
not giving it a chance, and you're
It's just regular ass TV
way
shit.
too hard. Like,
no, because like
I was done. I was trying to be done. I could have said this.
Yeah. Okay.
But y'all have interrupted and interjected. And
oh no, I just gave you a 3-minute tangent.
No, I'm saying he was saying that I'm going too hard on it, and I'm like, well, I was trying to just have a short thing to say, but y'all have added all of y'all's other components on it. So now I've had it.
And now we're going to get on it. Terry, go ahead.
Okay, so besides that first 5-minute little setup, what it really gets into is more or less the people that were employed at Nickelodeon. One man was Jason Handy, who was a PA on like several of the shows, and he was like one of the main ones that were caught because one of the and it's so weird how they interview this one woman, like they interview her mother and not the actual girl. And so it seems like it's implied like the girl killed herself at one point, but they never say if she's alive or not. And
why does his name have to be one second here? 1 second. Because why does his name have to be so on the nose?
Jason
Handy. What the fuck? Would never give your child over to the discretion of anybody who is handy.
And so mostly his job was always handling the kids, walking them around set. And what they found when they invaded his house was that he had like little bags with all the girls' names on it. And he would have like little trinkets from them, like underwear and shit like that, and whatever he would take after sexually assaulting them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, you should always. This
dude's still in jail.
Definitely.
Like right after they mentioned this stuff, this is like who they first lead into in the first episode. So I was like, it gets a whole lot more serious, man. Like,
okay,
it up.
All right,
well, that was kind of my point.
On.
Is that the gravity of? That's what I'm talking about. That's what was my whole point. The gravity of the situation. There's a whole nother. There's a documentary, another one about child actors. Can't remember who else was. Can't remember who was in that one.
Can we?
But my whole thing is, no one ever talks about those silly, frivolous stories in that one. The level is kept up here, like the severity of what they're talking about stays up here. And I feel like when you mention stuff like that, you take away from the actual situations that are trying to be put on blast.
Well, like I understand what you're saying, and I know what you're coming from. Like if I'm telling you, like, yeah, they're like hanging black people, and then like, yeah, and they're also telling them that they can't get sandwiches on Tuesdays.
Well, exactly.
The way the story's told, with all their stories combining, it builds up well. Like, starting with the whole point.
Can I baseline? Can I baseline really quick?
Does that mean you're doing drugs?
Right here. Just
that's down the street.
We're gonna do this. The dark side of kids. Like, just going to go through the trailer just a little bit, so we get a little bit of tone and atmosphere about what we're talking about.
Before they closed this building down, I used to drive by this all the time on my way to school and on the way home, I guess.
Ew. Did you see the hands? Did you see Handy?
No, you
coming at you with
they weren't. No, they weren't really using it.
He was coming at you with like the Ghostbusters logo.
I don't even know what they use it for now. Actually, anyway, it's over by the news station KTLA. Shout out to everybody over there. It's on Sunset.
We're gonna play a little bit of this, and right here.
In the early 90s, Nickelodeon was kid everything. And you better hope that your house had cable.
Wasn't there to educate you,
We were there to
I don't know what that means. Is that a threat? You better hope that your house has chickens.
And this is when Dan Schneider arrives, Nickelodeon's golden boy.
Can you go back to that picture of him? Because that little photo, I mean, that little frame of him was a good example of what we were talking about
Hugely successful
earlier, about being the fluffy, likable guy. Like this guy, if you were walking around like this guy in the 90s, everybody loved you. Oh, look at Lori Beth right there. Little Lori Beth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted people to realize, because, you know, people that ain't never heard about this guy probably thinking, well, why do people like this motherfucker? Like, this is classic. They loved you. Like you said, John Candy, John Goodman. We forgot about him earlier. Like, these guys was killing it back then.
Yeah, this is how Kevin Feige used to look like. No, please don't kill me, Disney. I can hear them knocking on my door right now.
No, it's just Kevin Feige has his own people.
Disney loves this. Disney's loving this right now.
Well, I mean, Disney has his own thing.
Hey,
like, you got to remember, they have Miley Cyrus, Hilary Duff, and like all of that other crazy shit. Yeah.
One of the other dudes accused, not Jason Handy, this other dude, Brian Peck.
Oh,
yeah. Already did his.
They always have the worst names.
Are you?
Yeah, they do. Brian Peck.
Josh Peck?
No, not Josh Peck. Not related. Not related. But he did work on the Drake and Josh show.
Oh, that's what the fuck.
Yeah,
but anyway, like you're saying, Disney should be shitting their pants.
Is Drake and Josh?
It's Handy on the Pecks.
Got hired by Disney to work on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody after he had already served his sentence.
Oh,
so he was already convicted. This wasn't like,
oh my God, this is like some Catholic church
right here. They straight up asked him about it, and what he said was, "Oh, that's already been handled. It's been taken care of."
This is why we don't let our son act.
This is some Catholic church shit. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit.
Yeah, let it roll. Let it roll.
Yeah.
I've never really done sketch comedy starring kids for kids.
He launched the careers of child actors who became major stars.
For 20 years,
But you don't need to be pictured with these
and
things
culture.
Thank you for being here.
That's what.
Work on the darkest chapters.
That's the thing. People don't ever ask the question.
Like that. Like
there should never be
making these trailers is goated.
You should never. You should always be suspicious of someone who wants to spend an adult who wants to spend all of their time with children.
Well, hold on. I wouldn't go that far, man. There's Mr. Rogers.
No. I just said all of their time. I said all of their time. Even Michael Jackson didn't spend all of his time with kids. Like, God, this nigga spend all his motherfucking time with kids.
Okay.
Like, seriously.
Okay.
I mean, no, seriously.
But
think about it. When his kids would age up or age out, he was done with them. When they was done with them, he was starting another kid's story.
Right.
And he spends, we're talking about over 100 episodes because everything he does gets syndicated. So you're talking about like somebody who's doing a television show is a 24-hour job. Man.
Yeah. So
he was doing everything he was doing was hanging out with kids. He even has writing staffs with kids as writers. So I'm just saying you have to be weary about guys who want to spend all of their time with children. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's something that I've been wanting to say that Terry forgot to mention. The reason why they're going into the casting process is because there's a lot of like I didn't see all the videotape. There's only one videotape that they showed, and it was weird. And I think it's of what's her name? She's like a little girl, and she's like standing like this, and she's smiling, and she's like, I'm as flat as a board. And they're like men laughing and like people laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
it was Katrina Johnson's audition tape.
Yeah. So when that is put on the table, then like the whole process has to be looked at. Even though it's a standard in Hollywood.
Weird.
When you have stuff like that on tape,
Super
it's like,
weird.
well, we kind of gotta examine every aspect of
no,
the process of
definitely that it's not. Well, who is the director? Who's the showrunner? Like every show is only going as far as the showrunner or the director or the main writer is going with it. So because you can say whatever you want to say about the CEO of Nickelodeon, but they not there on no day-to-day basis seeing what's going on, and there's no reason for me to think as a producer or CEO that this nigga's doing all this weird shit down there. Like, there's no reason for me to.
Okay, Bill, stop right there. With that thought, I know that's exactly how Hollywood runs itself. At the end of this documentary, Dan Snyder's main fucking comment is, well, I wasn't the main one who approved all this. This got scrutinized by everybody in the chain from top to bottom. Like, this had to go through all these teams.
Do we believe that?
I was just like...
But do we believe that? Do we believe the pedo?
Why not?
No, I don't believe him at all. But I'm just saying that's funny that you say that. Because I want to point out that like the last thing he did was saying that all these people above him had to look at this stuff, and I'm like, that's not really.
That's not how it actually works, though. That's not how it works.
It's true. Even if there was teams and people they did look at it and still approve it, I'm like, well, then you're all guilty. I was like, that doesn't absolve you one bit. That just
not at all.
That just means you're gonna have sellies. That's all that means to me. You're gonna have sellies, bro.
Did you see his response video? His interview?
I was waiting until I watched all of it today. So after we got done with this, I was gonna watch the response.
Dude, it is insane. It is insanity. First off, I didn't have power back then. Like, get the hell out of here.
All the power.
But
I found it interesting that Keenan and Kel, they never really speak on this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's because they're at the hip, tied at the hip with this dude. They are double conjointed twins with this guy. So you have
with Dan.
two things. You have two things.
Yeah.
Yes, with Dan, like everything that they were writers on all that at like 14, 15 years old. So they in the writer's room, they spending all their time with him. He was the writer and producer for Good Burger. Like, they grew up with this dude. So they either have heard something, seen something, and didn't say nothing. Or
I can see how Keenan wouldn't say anything because he's got it good. He's on SNL all the time, right?
Well,
but what about Kel?
Both of them make a lot of money. And
Kel?
Yeah, bro, all of that shit that we're talking, everything
that
we're talking
on to a later, like one of like Dan Snyder's later projects where I was like, I'm way too old for
this. And they both write for the new All That. They both are executive producers of the new All That show. They very much both of them
was kind of secretive. He wasn't just publicly acting anymore that much.
Yeah, he does stand up. He does stand up, and he's just not out there like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And also, he's a big Christian now. Like, he preaches. So my own point, I'm bringing them up only. I'm talking about why they haven't said anything, and I think it's because they got a vested interest. Like, they are in Nickelodeon, they're corporate in Nickelodeon. Like, they're not just they're not just actors at Nickelodeon. They are actual, company men there. So there's probably something in their contract that says that they can't. You know what I'm saying? Because we've never heard any Nickelodeon executive say anything past or present. We've only got actors and actresses that have come out, and maybe a couple of writers. I can't remember what Neil Brennan said. I feel like Neil Brennan just said, "Oh yeah, he's fucking weird. He's fucking crazy creeper." Like,
okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, but the one main dude and the one main story you get is Drake Bell tells exactly what happened to him,
and he was just a subject of actually perpetrating some type of non-consensual underage abuse as well.
Hurt people,
endangering a minor.
Hurt people,
hurt people, man.
Yeah,
that's what we know for a fact.
I will say this: I didn't like his intro. I thought it was very tasteless and kind of like in one take. I guess I don't know how many takes they did of this, but the first take he came up, he kind of smirked when the light came on him. Like,
well, I actually have a clip of that queued up, I believe. But I was just going to try to see if we could get through this trailer as well. Let me see here. Oh.
That's like being in the looking for Dan.
The fuck is that? What could be going on right there?
Right, yeah. So they're always saying he was always like making the female staff like love him down and stuff. I was just like, he created a hostile work environment and like the definition of sexual harassment at work.
Hostile work environment.
That's basically
Hostile work environment.
How safe can any kids be in that environment? There would be even bigger problems.
But, I don't even think that was a word or a phrase at this time.
Nope.
These are three editors who worked at Nickelodeon, all in a short amount of
those
time.
three dudes are the
that was handy.
Sexually assaulted.
Actually, if you go back, I don't think actually because those guys we just said there's no way to point at somebody and go pedophile, but actually them guys right there.
Yeah.
So that's Jason Handy
right there.
Ryan Peck, and I forgot what this dude's name because they only like talked to him about a little bit. What was his name?
They briefly mentioned him. I don't know his name.
I was like, then they hired this other guy.
Black man
is that mugshot right here? Because like this seems like a license your driver's license photo. This seems like just an on-set type of photo. But this looks like a mugshot right here.
They like
don't you like how the
somebody real quick.
Don't you like how the only minority has a mugshot and the other two white guys?
That's what I was kind of like. What's going on here?
A time.
White guys, what are you for?
Oh, I
it
hate
was a toxic environment. It made me trust people less.
We were there for so many hours. You get comfortable with people.
Pickle boy, yeah.
I had no idea what I was saving my son from. It was a house of horrors. They find this enormous trove of child pornography.
The officer said we found Ziploc bags, each one with a girl's name on it.
Okay.
That was Brian Handy, the one I told you about.
Of child sexual abuse related to a child actor.
It made me wonder.
What's crazy is how they got all this evidence on everybody else, but nothing on
17 years for
exactly. That's what I was saying. Like the thing does more of what most people already knew.
But let me ask you:
Is this is crazy? Why they have evidence on this and
not on Dan? Not on Dan because. But let me ask y'all this: is this only 4 episodes, or is it gonna be more episodes? Because it says season 1.
I think the plot is thickening, right? Like it could, but like right now, this is what we have.
I feel like that's
and this has actually been a big topic in YouTube as well. There's been like
years,
2 hour long, 3 hour long videos. Well documented videos of Nickelodeon abuse on YouTube.
I just got through watching some last year because I was like talking to somebody about this, and I was like, "No, let me show you," and like pulled up a bunch of them. You can go down a rabbit hole on Dan Schneider, but and also you can see people have like put compilations of him doing really fucked up shit.
Yeah. What's even
also
crazier,
there's an Ariana Grande, like he like apparently assaulted Ariana Grande.
Oh man, there's some.
They go into like the inappropriate scenes he had her do, like
not just
inappropriate scenes. You can go. It is Quentin Reviews actually has very long. I mean, I'm talking about like hours and hours long retrospectives on iCarly and Sam and Cake, where and Jeanette McCurdy has a book out called
she doesn't Yeah.
The Jeanette McCurdy has a book called
We should have them on the show.
I'm Glad My Mother Is Dead, and it's about how she her mom
I saw that.
literally made her do all this acting stuff, and she was like literally the breadwinner for her family, and her mom made her do all of that.
Yeah, there's a few documentaries. Like I said, there's another child actor documentary on HBO. I couldn't remember the name of it. But the girl from Westworld, what's her name? The blonde lady.
Dolores.
The girl who played Dolores.
God name. It's not
Rachel
Shailene
something.
It's Evan
Rachel Wood. Yeah, right. Yeah, I said Rachel. Yeah, she's a child actress. She talked about having been assaulted three or four times as a child while acting. She was dating Marilyn Manson. If I'm
Marilyn
not
Manson,
17 years old, 16, 17 years old.
She's had a crazy.
She had a crazy life, and so
he testified in front of Congress about like this shit.
So all I'm saying, I bring up to say is like Hollywood is fucked up in general when it comes to children. Man, what's the other dude?
I'm going to bring up what Chris was talking about here. Film Age. We have Film Age Studios on the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching,
that was the guy who sexually assaulted Drake Bell.
Yeah. But yeah, this is an introduction to.
Yo,
Drake
son, why
Bell.
is this the only picture that we? Why is this what we got for him? A bunch of pickles.
That was his name. That was like his
Pickle
part
Boy.
of the sketch. He was Pickle
All
Boy.
that.
He slaps and abuses pickles, or whatever. That's the phrase. He's Pickle Boy. He slaps and abuses pickles, and he. Just,
I don't remember that and all that. That must have been after. That must have been.
This was like the later stuff.
Yeah,
dude,
I don't remember that.
Ray Romano's in the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so hungry. I don't know what to eat." And then this guy's walking down the hallway with pickles. He takes a pickle. Ray Romano's in the bathroom.
He's in a bathroom.
He puts a pickle through a glory hole.
Fucking glory hole.
To Ray Romano, and Ray Romano eats it. He's like, this is good.
Man, like he's just going down on this pickle, and I'm just like,
that wasn't.
Like,
first of all,
was wild. Like we should just look that up.
Why?
Like, you need to look up Ray Romano.
We do not need to look that up. That is ridiculous. That is fucked up. And
you gotta remember,
it's a little bit too much.
Dan Snyder, though, like Dan Snyder, and like it was just like he made a fun house for diddlers. Like he may have not been a diddler, but he was like the Charles Manson of kid diddlers. Like he wasn't doing the dirty work himself.
No, he was doing it. I'm trying to tell y'all, he's got power out here. And that's why a lot of people ain't saying nothing, because they don't want to end up face down in a ditch somewhere.
Let me play this. This is what Film Age was talking about, the introduction with Drake Bell.
To hear that Brian Peck was a sexual predator, it made me wonder immediately about who was being hurt.
Who it is, when it happened, where it happened, I have no idea.
It wasn't dealing with anybody on the shows or anything, right?
It was a child actor.
On one of our shows.
Yes.
All right. I didn't like this guy either.
Yeah, that's how he kind of walks in.
Hey, pause it. Why didn't you not like that dude?
Because he
What's?
Oh, sorry.
This is Drake Bell.
It was on that profile.
What did he say? What did you not like about old Baldy dude?
It's because he talks about like how he tried to stop people and like confront people, and then when he's just like given the information that someone was abused on, and he's like, "What? On our show?" I'm like, "Bit, goddamn well." I know it's probably ID.
You didn't know it was happening. Like, what are you talking about?
It may have been an earlier question. It may have been one of the first things they opened with, so Again, I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
sure if
fault
they
it.
worked on the same shows.
Okay.
I'd have to double check because I don't think they were
Okay,
on.
well, if that, then I
no,
apologize.
no, they both. He was already gone from all that when I think that dude came on.
Okay, well then I apologize. Sorry.
I think he had already been like fired, and I think he was fired for like trying to confront Dan a whole bunch.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, guy.
I want to say he came on. There was both on all that, but I think he was already gone.
All right, so I do just want to confront Bill. It's going to be a little confrontation. I mean, that's kind of like the lifeblood of when I'm in the zone. I just like to get Bill all riled up.
Bill is a passionate guy.
Bill O'Reilly. Bill
But you were saying, like, you know,
I can talk longer than Bill O'Reilly though.
I mean, wait, is Bill O'Reilly? I mean, R.I.P. Bill O'Reilly, right? He's
no,
dead to us.
No, dead to everybody. Dead to everybody on this channel.
He's dead to us. So when we're talking about her,
yeah,
we're talking about her.
Yep.
We're talking about her, right?
Fine.
I'm saying is that, like, when you're saying that, you know, it makes sense within the Hollywood sphere, I feel like it is also like a greater symptom of that Hollywood sphere. Like, if that's the cornerstone in which we're building off, then that breeds the things that we're now dealing with. All right. What you're saying, like, oh yeah, no, it's all to make money and to appeal to the masses, right? Doesn't that naturally then breed the mind state of abuse?
No, not necessarily. That's like saying, so check it out. I'm going to make this analogy. Just listen to me. Hear me out. Stay with me, as we say in the South. Stay with me.
Okay.
Hands up. An NBA player, right? An NBA player, if you know what it takes to become a professional athlete, it takes every bit of you. You know what I'm saying? It takes complete dedication, sacrificing everything, fun, diet, just sacrifice everything. You know, time with your family, all that shit. You get to that zenith, you know what I'm saying? And they can just tell you to go home, right? Now,
zenith for those in the West.
Yeah, like you get to that top, that mountaintop, and the difference in when it comes to entertainment, you know what I'm saying? When you get to that mountaintop, basketball is entertainment, football is entertainment. When you get to that mountaintop, somebody can tell you to go home. And it doesn't matter what reason they telling you to go home. It's not your right to play in this game, whichever game it is, entertainment, movie, music.
That's where football. I disagree.
Well, no, but it's not about disagreeing. It's just what it is. There's no HR you can run to. There's nobody that you can. Now,
but that's where I disagree.
You're talking about writing. No, hold on. But that doesn't mean just because those things. There's a lot of people who operate within these confines of these laws who never sexually assaulted anybody. It doesn't breed that. Because in that case, Christianity breeds the same thing, right? Because they have restrictions and all this stuff. No, it does. You make your own decisions. These people exist. They was going to exist if they worked at Nickelodeon, if they worked at Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? They exist anyway. What happens is they take advantage of situations so that they put themselves in situations so that they can take advantage of these people. So they put themselves in the job. They put themselves in the job positions of youth pastor, Catholic minister, YMCA counselor, gynecologist, all of these things. They put themselves, teacher, they put themselves in those positions intentionally to. That's why I said be wary of people who want to be around children all the time, because those are the people who are putting themselves in position to take advantage of a youth. And that's where we have to be careful when we're conflicted, because just because let's just say we get rid of all of those things that we're talking about, that's not going to stop this stuff from happening. Like, that's not going to stop this from happening. That's just how Hollywood and entertainment, that's not even how, that's just how entertainment works. But
you brought up a few different points that I feel like, but Terry, go first.
Frozen.
Oh,
that's what I do to you.
Terry frozen is
no.
Terry
frozen? I was waiting for y'all. Like, Bill, stop.
No, I said Terry, go first.
Oh no, well, Bill was still going on, and then he stopped.
Well, I mean, like,
I thought maybe we were
like
waiting for
I
nine
tried to just address like one point, and then just passing it.
No, I think he want to have it.
I was going to say, like, do you not feel that certain environments breed or attract these type of people that are like, I agree, they always exist, there always will be, but certain environments are just attract these people, like child pageants. You didn't name child pageants. I was like, man, what about child pageants?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can get rid of child pageants. That's not going to stop the child.
But I'm saying that type of environment attracts those type of people more, right?
No,
say the environment plays.
It's not the environment. It's just, look, this is my thing.
See, that's where I got it.
Hold on. That's like saying concerts or festivals or malls create an environment for mass shootings. Like, it's not the same. You can't say that one is a cause of the other. Like, you're not just gonna stop.
I didn't say it was a cause. I said it just attracts.
It's not breeding in. No, it's not breeding an environment. It's not breeding an environment. I understand what you're saying, but that's not breeding an environment. Like I said, that would be like saying a concert or a festival or being at having a mall is breeding an environment for mass shooters. No, we just got terrible. We just have terrible.
It doesn't sound like the same thing.
We just have terrible people that exist. Like, y'all,
is everybody shaking their head on them?
That still doesn't change. You can be virtuous. You can be virtuistic about it. You can be virtuistic about it, but that is not actually practical.
All right, in this segment of like getting that bill, Chris, are you going to get that bill? And like,
it's not about getting it, Bill. I just feel like they address a lot of what. Because here's the thing. Here's what we're not all addressing. The entire section of child actors. I mean, from what I've seen in this documentary, it was founded with the intention to harm children. With all the way back to.
I will disagree with that. Nickelodeon was started with the intention to harm children. I doubt that was the intention. Of course,
I don't think that was the intention. Yes, it was to get kids in films. Like, they had to put kids in films at some point. But like, at some point in film, you get Shirley Temple, and she pops off, and she's on a bus with a bunch of grown men singing, and she's being grabbed by all these men, and it's okay. And it's like, no, that's not okay.
No,
and
that's completely different what I'm talking about.
Shirley. I guess we're trying to get our Shirley Temple. What should I search to even?
Shirley Temple,
what are you talking about?
I think it's Shirley Temple, who's on like a train or something, and like or bus, or she's singing. And
yeah, that's already looks fucking weird.
That's different than what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about somebody being told that they can't have a show because they've aged out or not.
This already looks so weird.
Hold on, it all stems from the same place, because
no, it does not.
Casting, casting existed back then. That's how Shirley Temple got into the business.
Let me just tell you about casting back then.
Like,
you used to have to
no, because
you're talking back in the day. I'm not talking about no. Your guys are
that's the thing that you're doing, Bill. You always switch what you're talking about.
I'm not switching anything.
Bill,
you guys are conflating things, dude. You're conflating things. You just asked me right now earlier. You just asked me something completely different than what I was even talking about in the first place, which was a girl got told she was too fat to play a role. That's what happened.
Yeah,
now
Katrina Johnson. Say her name, Katrina Johnson.
Y'all can talk about something else,
I'm
but
saying,
that's not what we were talking about.
Does that?
But
does. That's what we are. That's what I'm asking you about.
No,
that's what I'm asking you about.
I know, but that has. I'm talking about.
Then Bill,
the fucking child abuse that you're talking about has nothing to do with somebody telling a girl that.
Yeah, it does.
So you're talking about a girl being groped by grown men.
It's part of the same system.
You're
it's
saying
part
that
of
a
the
girl
same
being
system.
groped by
It's
grown men.
the same cornerstone.
It's the same thing as the girl
the
being
cornerstone. The cornerstone.
You guys are some virtuistic motherfuckers who don't know nothing about Hollywood.
You're not.
Y'all are virtuistic AF right now.
You're not allowing us
conflation.
I got an IMDb credit.
You're not letting us
conflation. This is called. This is the definition of conflating. Literally, this is the definition of
literally us letting you prove your point, and then this is the counter argument, and you're not letting us do a counter argument.
No,
you're not letting us do a counter argument.
It is no. I literally let all three of you talk. I literally just let all three of you talk.
I didn't talk though, Bill. I didn't. I just got interrupted. My point.
But I didn't interrupt you though.
Okay, well, I'm speaking now. I'm trying to get my point across, and I'm trying to address that. Like, you don't have Shirley Temple. You don't have Nickelodeon without Shirley Temple. You don't have Amanda Bynes without Shirley Temple. They're both part of the system that was established way back then. And if you don't address the problems way back then, because pedophiles back when Shirley Temple was around were hidden a lot well because information wasn't available. So if you start a system all the way back then, go all the way to the 90s, that system is still in place. No matter what.
I understand that, yeah, but that's not the system.
But Bill, then why are you bringing up
because
that this is the way Hollywood works?
Let me explain something.
You're not addressing
let me explain something. Let me explain what y'all are conflating. Seriously, do not interrupt me. Because if you don't understand this, that means you literally just haven't been listening to me. Because listen very quickly. This is very, very simple. You guys are talking about actual abuse. That's exactly what I'm saying. This is why these two things shouldn't have even been together in the same movie. Physical abuse, yes, that is wrong. It is. There's no place for it in any workplace. But that has nothing to do with telling a girl that she's too fat to play a role. Now, anything that happened to her outside of that, where somebody
nothing
physically
to do.
Oh my God, dude! You know what? Why don't you just tell me? Why don't you just tell me, man? Because I'm literally just trying to explain it. I'm trying to explain it, but you won't. The problem is you literally have not let me say anything other than what I just said. Like nothing other than what I just said.
Go ahead. I sorry. All right, go ahead.
What I just said is the only thing y'all have let me say. Okay. The reason it has nothing to do with each other is because I can have fat, ugly people on there and still be groping them and assaulting them. You're putting two things in the same box, a square peg and a round hole. I understand that it evokes an emotion in which it's unfair, but unfair isn't fucking like a monster. You see what I'm saying? Unfair can happen in any walk of life. That doesn't mean that you were harmed. It doesn't mean you were assaulted. Your feelings were hurt. That's different than being physically assaulted, being sexually abused, because you don't have to be assaulted to be abused. Those are different things. Just because someone called you a name doesn't mean that someone actually attacked you physically in a sexual manner. These are two different things. If I slap your hand or cut your hand off, those are, they both hurt. Yeah, you don't want either one, but they are two completely different things, dude. Completely different. And also, if we're going to really keep that analogy going, it's more like your hand is ugly type thing. Your hand is ugly, or I cut your hand off. Those two things are completely different, dude. They may not be appreciative. You may not like them. They hurt your feelings. I understand that, but they're not the same. One you can sue over, another you can't. One you can go to jail for, another one you can't, because it's not against the rules, the law. It's just hurt your feelings. Like that, but nobody care about your feelings. Like you can go do something else. Entertainment is an opportunity and it's a privilege to be in it. You don't have to do it. If you don't like it, you can do something else. It's not like you went to college for 4 years and then went to college to get your master's for another 8 years or whatever in biochemistry, and you was working and then they said, you too fat and ugly to do this job anymore. And then that is against the law. But in entertainment, there is nothing stopping somebody from saying that. There's nobody stopping from saying you're too old to play this role. It just happens. It just happens.
Okay. Yes, Bill, I agree with that. But in this specific instance in which Dan Snyder was in control of all of this and him abandoning her because she got fat and backed Amanda Bynes. I don't know if you've seen Amanda Bynes now. She looks absolutely mentally tormented at this point. She doesn't even look like herself. It's weird. So in this specific instance, I don't think that applies here. I think in this specific instance, we're talking about some guy who is looking at kids and giving out, like using the Hollywood system, as you said, as a guise to like pick what he likes and what he doesn't like. Under the guise of like, yeah, we can tell kids you're fat. This is Hollywood. This is entertainment. We can say whatever we want and we don't have to be accountable for any of this.
That doesn't have anything to do with anything though. Like his assault of children has nothing to do with someone telling her that she's too fat.
I'm the one who brought this up.
But what about Harvey Weinstein and getting other roles, having actors?
He was making bitches suck his dick and raping bitches. That's different. If I don't like that, is different, dude. That's different. That is different. If I don't get a role because
not also the cornerstone, though. Like, don't you see? Like,
I'm trying to end this so badly.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Okay,
all right. What I said way off. I was not trying to say like this is part of the height of the abuse was him telling a girl that she's too fat. Like that happens in Hollywood. I fucking know that, bro. Like, you tell people about their physical appearances. I brought that up as a jest and joke before I got to the main juicy bits of someone actually getting sexually assaulted. I was building up the blocks. This is how this documentary was done. It was little blocks. And like, this is only like one snippet of the things she said they done wrong. Like when you hear her whole story, you're like, that is just so fucked up to do to a child. I just brought that thing part up because, like, can you imagine a grown ass man talking to a little child and being like, "You're too fat"? Like,
hold on, no.
Taking this like
Terry is literally bringing it back to exactly what I've been trying to say from the beginning. Yes, bring it back, Terry, because literally all this other shit is not what I've been trying to say. That entire shit, that's what I've been saying the whole time. No, all that other shit has nothing to do with it. Yes, a dude telling my daughter that she too fat, we gonna have to have hands. It's gonna be furniture moving. But that hurt my feelings. It ain't like he's doing something that his job shouldn't allow him to do.
But like
and it has nothing to do with assault. It has nothing to do with sexual assault. Hold on. No, I didn't say you were, Terry, and that's what I'm saying. Only thing I was saying is they should have left that out of the documentary to keep the levity of the situation at this level.
With all due respect, I haven't seen the documentary.
That was all I was saying. And that was all I was saying.
I'm just trying to tell you, like, no, I get exactly what you mean.
That was all I was saying.
It usually doesn't work. It usually does not work. You shouldn't do that. But in this case, it does because you got to remember, Bill, this is telling people about Hollywood who don't know about Hollywood. They don't know that those type of things that you're too fat for this, you're too over this, that is acceptable.
Exactly.
So telling them that's shocking them. You got to remember that.
And see, that's the conversation that I was
trying
trying
to
to
have.
have.
Normal.
That's the
We're not
conversation
normal.
I was trying
But
to have.
at the same time,
because that's what we do over here at the Bantha Bunch. We cover documentaries. And so that's what I was saying. As documentary wise, you have to keep a levity, like you have to keep the seriousness level has to stay up here for me to be able to take the whole thing seriously. Like, and this is
because when they mentioned it, I laughed. That was like the show.
Exactly.
I laughed my ass off. I was like, telling my partner, I was like, yeah, they did. Like, she grew up too fast. And that's exactly. I was like, oh, because I was like, they were building Katrina Johnson up, and then they just dropped her. I was like, oh yeah, she matured up and blew up.
Terrible story. Like bad that happened. That's not like a good thing.
But you gotta remember, this documentary is for people who don't know how.
Right. And it's by Discovery. So and like Playboy Murders, which we cover over here at the Drunk Banthas. That shit has the same kind of vibe as what you're describing, which is one of the things that I don't like about it.
Okay.
Is because we're talking about people dying, but we got these like situations that are like jokey and fucking coy. And I'm like that doesn't belong in a documentary that has that type of,
I feel like I have not been satisfied with my main question.
Yeah, but your question is outside of what we were actually talking about.
Says you.
No, it says me and Terry.
Says you. I don't know.
Just had the conversation we was trying to actually have.
Had some middle ground with me.
Because I would say that what Nine is trying to say is that environment, this environment that we know how Hollywood works, when you look outside of it, that shit's toxic and bad.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
Like by its root, by its corner.
That has nothing to do with
what you're talking
assault.
about.
There's a lot of sports is toxic. That's the reason I keep using it.
Though.
There's no people sexually assaulting each other. Like that's what I'm saying.
NFL is a little sus too. They essentially hold an auction every year. Let's not pretend like this is
exactly. But exactly. No. But it doesn't have. We don't have a bunch of child molesters in that sport though. That's my point. That's my point. So those things don't have. Sandusky is in fucking college. That's not in the NFL.
No.
What's the difference, Bill?
We just explained the difference.
It's a top 10 school.
They have a draft. They have a draft.
State is an iconic school.
That's a whole difference.
This is why I'm a co-host and not
you guys are putting. You guys
I don't get to.
Terry, did you just hear that?
I don't get
how
to,
they just added extra shit.
I didn't add a shit.
You're the one who added sports. You said sports. You said NFL. What are you talking about?
I'm not able.
Nobody's saying things aren't bad, but y'all are being virtuistic about it as if we take this away.
You're putting words in my mouth again. You're just putting words in my.
There's no virtuistic.
I have not been able to actually say what I want to say.
Say what you want to say right now.
At this point, I don't know if I'm going to be heard out. Let us know in the comments if you want to hear what I had to say. Then let me know in the comments. At this point,
ain't nobody commenting
right
now.
Morgan
Morgan already went to bed, so everybody.
There's
so ain't nobody
people watching. There's people.
I know. I'm just saying.
Someone just clicked off Nerds at Night. But yeah, Drunk Bantha's Twitter or something. You know what?
You can just say it. Just say it. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. I'll mute everybody.
We want to hear some again.
So all I have to say is that when you have an industry that is so poised off of looks, right? Then the first thing that I wanted to respond to is the Katrina Johnson thing. Katrina Johnson, okay, you're saying that she's just not camera ready. We don't want to see her. What I am saying is why.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's having that conversation. I wasn't having that conversation. Why?
I am
trying
to have that conversation right now.
Like I said, there's a few reasons why you could say that it would happen, even if you're not saying she's too fat. Like I said, if you are trying to stay within an age demographic, I only have X amount of spots on this show. I can have X amount of blacks. I can have X amount of Latinos. I can have X amount of whites. Hold on. I'm trying to get, because when you're doing a television show, they have these Q ratings. You're trying to do what people are going to watch the most. So I'm trying to get the most diverse cast that I can get and still have the biggest
turn in to watch.
Exactly.
It's called the Nelson boxes.
No.
Right.
Let me finish saying.
But why is that not available for every type of demographic or something that is not actually accessible for other kids that actually just like look more average or normal? Why is it from the perspective of people that are
these kids do
old
look average and normal?
Huh?
I think these kids do look average and normal.
Yeah, but why are these
because they
the people that are able to decide what we consume?
It's not this
media.
The reason it is decided is because they've done the math they've done focus groups. They've seen what people like. They've seen what people like. They know what you're gonna click on, and they know what you don't like. But because what happens a lot of time is people complain about like what people are on TV and what we're not seeing, but like some people don't watch certain shit. Like certain women don't like watching a lot of TV with women on it sometimes. Why? I don't know. But like some movies, but you got other shows that supersede that rule, right? Like,
right.
I'm just saying they have their rules in Hollywood that's based off of math.
But when we're talking about a child
change that
TV show, right? And we're talking about representation. The one thing that I am mostly commenting on is the fact that the two people that watched the documentary have said that one of the main parts is like she just didn't fit the image, right? And it would be because she is too fat. It would be because she is not photo ready. But at the same time, that is so subjective on their own opinion, right?
Okay, so I'd like to answer your question or give my response sign. So this casting system was created it is racist, is sexist, and that's pedophilic to some nature at its core. At the start of all this. Okay, so at the beginning of all film, okay, if there was an opportunity for a person, at the start of it, when people didn't know what a camera was, when people could just get jobs on sets and get themselves in positions to where they have access to like anything that they wanted in terms of like production, because people are like, yeah, what is this, a moving picture? I'd love to be a part of this. Yeah, well, I'll do. You want my kid? You think my kid looks good enough to be in a motion picture? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that whole system that's started 100 years ago has been present until now. Okay, every bad guy up until recently, it's been a problem, has been white. Hans Gruber is a white guy. Bruce Willis is white. It's two white people, one good, one bad, going at each other. Did white people have a problem with that back in the day?
Well, not only that, they're ugly.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm getting to that now.
Hans Gruber wasn't just white; he was German. Remember?
Actually, people, y'all might think they ugly, but those guys were considered, great looking dudes.
Right. Exactly. I'm saying like they have.
Right. Yeah. So there was this precedent set 100 years ago to put the best looking kids and the whatever complexion, whatever, way back then, and that's what stuck. People who saw, who look at children who are racist, look at these industries like movies and are like, well, all I got to do is not be publicly racist or not be like going to playgrounds and just be a good boy and get great grades and study to be in marketing or study to be in this, and it'll get me into this niche. And it's just like where I can control, oh, you're black, oh well, you know what, I can put you in a leotard and make you a rapping fetus because you're the black character. Or I can make you the drug dealer in the episode.
Well, here. I already got something here for you. Because so this is what I'm what I'm going to say is that
let him cook.
Because I'm for like you guys are helping me because this is also like maybe somewhat in my near video essay that I'm working on, right? Like you're helping me formulate some ideas here. And it almost all centers around this picture. And actually, Chris, we actually talked about this picture a year ago. I've been working on this project for a long time.
Oh shit.
And it is I almost feel like this diversion in almost pedophilic nature of Nickelodeon is also synonymous with the rooted influence of racism in Hollywood. And this is the picture. This is my girl. This is my girl, Judy Garland. This is my girl, Judy Garland, wearing blackface. This is literally a
year before
a year
Wizard of Oz.
Within, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like there is a context of it being a cornerstone of Hollywood, of cinema, of a television that is rooted in these types of stereotypical amalgamations, if we could say, that also are rooted in a bias towards again, when we're talking about Shirley Temple hooked up with the that is considered normal within the medium.
Yeah.
No,
and so
what you gotta understand
that is also still withstanding within from Shirley Temple to to Judy Garland to Shirley Temple to Dan Schneider. That is still a cornerstone.
That is a conflation. Judy Garland and blackface is a conflation between sexual assault.
Because it's talking. I'm saying like within racism, within pedophilia, within sexism, within all of that
things that also happen on the Nickelodeon sets. Like
is that
how
Sarah?
a lot of the black kids were overlooked, besides like Keenan and Kel.
Tell her to come up. I want to know Sarah's opinion on Judy Garland and blackface.
Sarah, you want to give your opinion on this?
Just really quick. No,
she don't want to give her opinion. She's gonna. No, not you, Siri. Shut up.
I said Sarah, not Siri.
Sarah's gonna agree with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean. But we've had these conversations before. She's gonna agree with me. Like, we don't look. I don't disagree with you about Hollywood being fucked up. Nobody's ignorant to that. We don't allow our son to perform in anything. Like somebody approached Sarah. We were out playing football, me and him and her, like throwing the football around. Somebody ran up on her and was like, "Hey, your son is so charismatic. Would you be interested in him acting like I'm an agent?
And you're like, fuck nah.
Yeah, exactly. So she told that lady to get the fuck out of her face. Yeah, exactly. It's not helpful when you're yelling it.
I mean, you could just sit down and just
just sit down. You already said you don't want to say nothing now. Don't say nothing now. You can come over here to the microphone and say what you got to say. You don't have to get on camera. You can just get on the microphone right here.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, I mean, can she see this picture of Judy Garland?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. She can't hear you. Hold on, Sarah.
And I kind of want to
see the picture of Judy Garland, but she's seen Judy Garland in blackface before.
Okay. Well,
I've never seen this picture. This shit's so wild.
It is like that is Judy Garland. And I wanted to also bring up yeah, so two movies a year apart, same bitch. Shout out to Gen Z for teaching me this. So, and there's a community note. It says Judy Garland was a minor who had no agency over her decisions and was under a highly abusive management. As an adult in the 1960s, she became a very vocal supporter of civil rights movement. So, like,
that's why I'm not like
just a
I know she's a child and she had no.
Is this all just a cornerstone of?
I mean, people just now got rights in Hollywood. Like you didn't. Everything you're talking about until the 70s, people didn't actually have the right to do anything. Like they were under contract with one studio for the rest of their life. Like
I mean, look at the writer's strike of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like,
is this a cornerstone of Hollywood to kind of like
I don't think
all of the worst.
I think you're using the wrong word about cornerstone. I think it's the foundation of what.
I mean, that's what a cornerstone is.
Well, hold on. Let me just say this, and then I'm gonna ask. We're gonna let Sarah.
I'd say it's a piece of the pyramid.
We're gonna let Sarah talk. I'm
gonna say this, and I'm gonna let Sarah talk. Like. Again, we're conflating a lot of things and throwing a lot of things into one basket. The question is about
it's a big basket. It's a big basket.
The question is about whether or not being told you've aged out or you're too fat to play a role as a child or even as an adult, or being sexually assaulted. Are there parallels there? Are those
that's
the same
not my
thing?
question.
Does one create an environment or breed an environment for the other?
I'm sorry, but that's not my question.
That was literally what we just. Well, what was your question? What was your question?
I mean, you got it on the last part. You got it on the last part.
That was literally what we've been talking about the whole time.
Does it breed an environment? But I'm saying, like, does it breed an environment of all of this different evilness? Right. And I'm saying, does that act as this? Is it a reflection of all of the people that have had a charge of this?
And what I was saying is, what I was trying to do to throw it to Sarah is because y'all made some good points, and I just feel like at any time period of film and television, it's just a time capsule of the time period that they were in. Like we were just saying earlier, there was no such thing as whatever work environment. There was no such thing as sexual harassment. Those things weren't really words until like the mid 90s. So, we got to take those things into account. And when you talk, so Sarah, do you feel like the type of behavior or the type of culture that says, hey, you're too fat, you're too ugly to do this role breeds a situation or environment where you can sexually assault children or adults in general?
Yeah, I think it's under the same umbrella because that's why HR says you're not allowed to talk about how people look at all at work.
But child abuse.
I mean, yeah, it all falls under the same umbrella, I think.
How does a child abuse have to do with someone being told?
Because when you're at work and you talk about
you guys can't even hear what's being said.
When it's like okay for you to talk about how someone looks, like regardless of if it's the reason you can't get the role or whatever, it like, I'm not going to say it breeds an environment, but you're already like objectifying someone, almost like.
So wait, does it? You say you're not going to say it breeds an environment, but it breeds an environment. Which one is it?
It's a slippery slope, and it all falls under the same umbrella.
It doesn't fall under the same umbrella if it can't be a slippery slope, because it either is or it is. If it's breeding an environment, it's breeding an environment. If it ain't, it ain't.
Fucking thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, God damn it. You guys. She's right.
She's
right.
Both things are true. She just said both things are true. That is not. No, she said both things are true. So far.
No,
so
because
you actually just let her finish talking.
No, I agreed with you, Bill. Because both things can. You're the one that hasn't been agreeing with us.
No. Y'all haven't agreed with me the entire time. Only person who said they agreed with me was producer T. That's the only person who said they agreed with me.
No, I had to defend my point. I had to defend my point.
Yes.
But like Sarah just basically rounded this whole almost like hour and a half conversation.
That don't make her right.
No,
what do you think that make her right?
Yeah,
Bill.
because she like
that don't
literally
make
just
none of y'all right.
No,
she's
democracy. Hold on.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Tell you a secret.
Sarah, talk more.
Go ahead, talk.
Please.
Yeah, so like I said, when you are at work and you talk about how someone looks, you've already crossed the line, and it can, I mean, that could be considered like grooming towards like a more serious offense.
What if I'm not going to ever see this person again? That's grooming.
Well, it sets the tone for the rest of the environment.
I'm just saying. So if I'm never going to see this person again, that's grooming. Like because I'm not.
Yeah, because you're like,
it's not just a Dan Snyder conversation. Well, what the conversation was about how this young lady said that she said that she didn't get a role, or they basically kicked her up off the studio payroll because she was on a contract that she was supposed to get all this other stuff, but then they said, well, you're too fat, basically.
Right.
That's paraphrasing, but they said you're too fat for this role.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Those beauty.
No, go ahead. What were you about to say?
Those beauty standards shouldn't be applied to kids. The fact that it's applied to kids is weird.
But that's that's neither here nor there. Because what we're talking about is beyond Dan Snyder. If this is just somebody is just having this happen. So I'm supposed to hire a 34-year-old fat lady just because I can't tell that person that she can't play a 7-year-old skinny girl?
No.
So I'm supposed to hire a.
What you're talking about?
I'm just saying.
Judging a child.
It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter who they are. You watch Joey Lawrence.
It does. We're talking about children.
Lawrence brothers. You watch the Lawrence brothers. They even say the same thing. You can't be complaining. Look, you're an actor. This is not fucking rocket surgery. You like that? You like that? It's not. This is not real work. This is not a real job. You don't have to be here. Your parents don't have to. Your parents should be getting charged with child abuse because they don't have to keep putting you into these situations.
Right.
Because the fact of the matter is, they're the ones making the money off of you. So that's the whole thing. That's why we don't have nothing to do with it.
But Bill, why do you? But hold on.
And he could do all of the.
Hold on.
No,
but we don't get Sarah. We don't get Sarah a lot.
Yeah. Let's
No. I'm saying like Chris. At least direct your question to Sarah.
Okay, Sarah. Okay, Sarah and Bill. All right, so, oh man, I lost. Okay, so let's just put this into perspective. Okay, there was I forgot I forgot the actress's name, and I feel really bad
Doesn't
for
matter.
saying
Keep
this.
going before you
But
forget.
she's a big actress in all that. The one who's the famous big
You're
girl
not talking
from
about Katrina Johnson?
no.
Lori Beth Denberg.
Yeah, her. Now, if you're looking at the optics of Nick
Lori Beth Denberg.
Okay.
Which also, she's an overweight person, overweight child as well.
Wait.
You know.
If we're applying Nickelodeon logics of like people being funny, she was essentially the Melissa McCarthy of that entire thing.
What does that mean? Because do you think Melissa McCarthy is funny?
I think she she can
No, I'm
be,
just asking because that could mean two different things. If you didn't think that she was funny, that could mean something else.
Okay. Yeah, I do think she's okay. Yeah, you're right. I do think she's funny. She's great at physical comedy, and she's good at.
I agree.
She's exactly
I think
like
she's
her.
hilarious.
So, when I think of Nickelodeon and I think of all this, she's one of the key people I remember. She never got a show like Amanda Bynes. She never got any push. She was talented. She had everything that you would want from Nickelodeon. But like,
ask the question, Chris.
So why was Amanda Bynes picked? Like, what made people pick her?
Because she's a phenomenal actress.
Because she's a phenomenal actress. She's fucking gorgeous. She's the model of Western civilization.
Your second thing.
Second thing.
No, she's a phenomenal. Y'all are just haters.
Your second thing.
Your second thing is you said
I just
she's
got through
gorgeous.
telling you.
Why did
Look,
you say
first of all,
why
y'all
is that
can't have your
number
cake
two?
and eat it too. No, fuck that. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No.
Wait, was there a point?
No,
Was there
because
a point to what?
you go to the movies and you see these pretty people and you like seeing the juicy booties. And
Exactly.
You like
I think there was a
but then
second part of the
but
question.
then also you think that that Lori Beth Denberg should have Amanda Bynes' career. I just feel like you're conflating things and you're trying to have your cake and eat it too.
There's a second part of the question.
But is she allowed to?
Why is she not allowed to? Is what I'm asking.
She's
Why
allowed
would
to.
she
If
not?
somebody wants to see it, then they can do it, and they will put it on TV. What do you think, Sarah?
I don't understand the question.
There wasn't much of a question.
No, the point I'm making with this is like you're like Amanda Bynes was given all this opportunity, and your number two choice is that she was gorgeous, but she was picked at a very young age. Like we're talking like she was doing stand up at like 14.
But yeah, but you're talking about so
she
is Lori Beth.
At 10.
But so is Lori Beth. Lori Beth was just doing interviews at 10 years old. She was in Wild and Crazy Kids. I'm just saying, you're talking about after the fact, though. You're saying their careers blew, like they went two different directions after the same catapult. Like they both jumped on the same trampoline. One went higher than the other. Why? Is that your question?
Yeah, I guess that is my question. Yeah,
I don't know.
Because I honestly think
because my answer to that question was
as Amanda Bynes.
My answer to that question was that Amanda Bynes is a phenomenal actress and she's gorgeous. Sarah's was she's a phenomenal actress. And did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Great comedic timing.
She is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
She has great comedic timing. I'll give you that. Great actress is debated. Look at this picture. Look at this.
The way people look has nothing like the way that she has gone off the rails in her life. That's called being a child actor. That has nothing to do.
Oh, Bill, what are you talking about, man?
What?
This is like a documentary.
Hold on. Okay.
What's the name of this child documentary?
All right. So let me do this. Sarah, while you're still here with us,
oh yes, sir.
What do you think about child actors and like who do you feel is like your who do you have like the most sympathetic child actor relationship with, or who do you feel most bad about?
Oh man, that's a good question. I feel bad for all child actors.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all child actors.
You have to have your favorite.
Okay, so
By the way, the documentary I was
person
talking
I
about-
think is most pitiful and pathetic. Well, I did watch this documentary with Bill, and the kid from was it Star Trek: The Next Generation? The kid who played Wesley.
That's the name of it.
Yeah, I know. I see. He spoke a lot on that documentary, and like I just felt really, really, really bad for him.
Yeah, the documentary she's talking about is Showbiz, Showbiz Kids, and it's on It was on HBO. I think it still is, but Showbiz Kids. Yeah, Will Wheaton. Actually, Will Wheaton doesn't really like me that much. We got into a political debate at the bar one time.
Oh no,
you met Will Wheaton?
Yeah, I met Will Wheaton.
Is
Dude,
Will Wheaton?
oh my God.
Sam was there.
He was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
He was on some virtuistic ass politics shit. That's what he was doing. He was on some weird.
Wait, are you saying like fake woke Democrat shit, or on some like hard right MAGA shit?
No, like on let's just all hold hands and kumbaya type bullshit. Like it's not ever gonna be like that. Like y'all, look, we only have the word sexual harassment and civil rights because we fought for it. You're never gonna get nothing without fighting for something. But anyway, that's the kind of conversation me and Will Wheaton had. That's all I'm saying.
That's good.
We grew up on the deck of the Enterprise. You know.
No, all I'm trying to tell you is me and Will Wheaton had a deep conversation for about an hour, and he don't really.
That's awesome.
He didn't.
All right, so Sarah, you say that you feel bad for all child actors, and Will Wheaton is someone that you have a soft spot for. Why?
Just because he was like in his interviews, he was like very, reflective and like self-aware, and it kind of seemed like his negative experiences that he had as a child like really robbed him of a lot of happiness and like contentment in his later years. Like it seems like his childhood haunts him really badly, and I feel like he doesn't like anyone. You know what I mean? He's just kind of isolated.
How old is he?
We have actually.
He's our age.
He's like 37, 38.
Will Wheaton is 51 years old. You guys
Whoa.
are saying Will Wheaton is 51 years old. This is him, right?
Yeah, he looks. He looks
just.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all aren't 51 years old, right?
No.
Okay.
I guess he's Generation X. Yeah.
Yeah. That next generation.
Bill, you look fantastic. I mean, you look fantastic for your age, anyway.
Well, trust me, at 51, I will look like
you're the heartthrob of the show by far.
Definitely come a long way.
But yeah, I feel bad for all child actors because when you think about it, like giving them the opportunity to act and be on TV is all about money and all about fame. Because if you really wanted your kid to be a great actor, you would put them in some motherfucking school plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or make your own project. Like you wouldn't throw them into an adult industry. Me and Bill were just watching the Atlanta episode where the baby mama, she takes her girl
to and Chocolate Studios or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Chocolate.
And she keeps getting separated from her kid, and that's exactly what this guy Will was saying. Is like, dude, no, they separated us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they say that you need supervision all the time. That's just not how it goes down, and that's why.
Well, there were other ones who said that their parents stayed the whole time, all the time. But those guys were like the ET kid. His mom stayed there all the time, but his mom was abusive. His mom was the actual
Bill.
Like so, it was.
I was actually
like
going to ask
for him.
Bill. I was going to ask you the same question, but before, just to split it up, Terry, same question. Child actors, and then
who you got the soft spot for?
I was just looking him up. Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
Corey
for
Feldman,
sure.
That's a good one.
His mom was really.
I was thinking because I was either gonna say Macaulay Culkin, but then I was like, no, even Corey Feldman's even worse.
Macaulay Culkin is doing good.
Because I'm saying at least Macaulay Culkin came back.
So
Corey
wait, Stand By Me.
But
is that Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Stand by me. Told us he went on
Next Generation
and tried to tell us, and Barbara Walters told him to shut his mouth and that he's hurting people in the business.
And Lost Boys. And Lost Boys. But yes, I do remember that interview. He was treated terribly. In the era where it was fashionable to treat kids terrible.
Yeah.
Because he's the same age. Because he's 52, so he's the same age as Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I just want to go ahead and give mine.
Jordan Peele reveals he creepily owns Corey Feldman's "Stand By Me" ear. What does that fucking
awesome.
mean?
That's awesome.
Because
what?
There's
I
no
think in the movie
what are you
he
owing
got
for? It's a piece of movie history.
But it's just like, why is that in the?
Why
Because
is this a
he's such a
fucking
Reveals he
article?
creepily
These
owns.
fucking AI
Dude,
articles right here. These are
that's
That is an
stupid
AI article.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck is that? That is
That's
so weird.
bullshit. It's 6 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs long.
Yeah.
Like the stupid ass AI
It's
fucking
someone. Yeah.
But
Okay.
my answer is River Phoenix.
Oh, damn,
River
that's a good one.
Phoenix. That
Yeah.
is
I feel bad,
actually
yeah.
a very tragic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because that's what I'm saying. We don't put enough on the parents. Like these parents are like, it's been well known everything that we're talking about since the 20s, the 30s. Everything that we're talking about has been well known since then. So why do people keep putting their kids in there in these situations? Right?
They keep being naive to it. That's the thing. They're like,
It's not
Are they
naivete.
naive,
It's
or
not
do they just not
naivete.
care?
It's not naivete. It's,
No, they
it's that
fake
money.
I mean,
It
they
is.
act like
It
they're
is
not.
It's that money.
naivete, though.
It's
No,
not
it's not
naivete.
naivete
It's
because,
the
like,
willingness to
what are-
sacrifice. No.
Well, how you naive,
It's
but
an
you're
ultimate
still taking their
sellout.
kids' money? How are you naive? But
No,
you
I'm
still
saying that's
cashing
what they
them checks?
always say, though. They always say that,
Yeah,
don't
but they say that, but that's a lie.
I know it's a lie. I'm just saying,
No.
why do they always say that? I'm just pointing it out.
Because they are abusers as well. They're child abusers as well. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying is like these people are
Isn't that
mental
also
as
a
well.
symptom of Hollywood culture?
It's not a symptom of Hollywood culture. These people did not get born by Hollywood. These parents weren't. Hollywood sign don't give birth to crazy people. These fucking crazy people already existed, and then they were going to already abuse their kids in whatever way they were going to do it.
So you're giving that shit a platform then?
No, it's not
Is
giving
that
it a platform. I'm not going to shut down my ice cream shop just because I found out everybody's getting diabetes. That's just not what's going to happen. I'm going to keep fucking selling ice cream in this motherfucker. Just because y'all fucking can't control your goddamn self don't mean I'm fixing to shut down my fucking restaurant.
Dude, but it's not just ice cream, Bill. They're adding sugar to it. They're adding corn syrup to it.
If you keep coming in here and buying it, it ain't got nothing to do with me, nigga. I fucking sell ice cream. That's
Okay,
what I do.
all right. Okay, River Phoenix. Why is River Phoenix your choice?
River Phoenix was a kid who was on Quaaludes and cocaine. What you mean? His parents put him in a situation.
Why?
His parents put him in a situation where to make them money because they was broke.
And that was Hollywood doing?
No, Hollywood didn't do nothing. Hollywood didn't do that. His
It
parents
was the
did that.
illusion of Hollywood, dude.
No, man, y'all.
Okay,
That's
all right, no,
virtuous.
all right,
That's
no.
virtuous. That's the
We're
definition
not.
of it. That's the definition of it.
Yeah, I have a little bit of virtue. Okay, Chris, your turn.
I want to say I think Philip Seymour Hoffman's a child actor.
Christian Bale is a child actor. There's plenty of good stories.
Well,
But why do you feel bad for Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Because he was able to produce like at a level that was like insane. I don't think there's like an actor that's quite
why
like.
do you feel bad about a child actor?
Well, because he did heroin, because he hid this entire other life behind closed doors.
But was he a child actor? Like what did he child act? Like
I don't know. It may not be him.
I feel like that doesn't count then, because it's about like what a child actor that you feel.
I'm sorry, like this is gonna sound horrible, okay? But like it's like the opportunities of not seeing Philip Seymour Hoffman anymore. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, but like but you have to. I'm saying like your favorite, or I mean your most tragic child actor has to be about someone that you know is a child actor. You don't know what he child acted in.
Okay,
so like that doesn't count.
Okay, all right.
Lindsay
I'm
Lohan. Lindsay
sorry,
Lohan.
Nine. I thought someone.
You're like, it's not like someone who
Also,
you
I would
think
feel bad
is
for the
a
Olsen
child
twins, but they're
actor.
billionaires, so I don't feel bad for the Olsen
all
twins
right.
because they're billionaires. $1 billion make me get over anything.
Well, that I guess that's a personal point of view, but
Definitely
I
is.
guess
Please
like
give me $1 billion.
I like
spiral.
Corey. Like I don't really have like
Michael J.
a
Fox.
favorite. Like I guess like Shirley Temple is probably the most tragic of all of them.
That's because he has Parkinson's now.
It's wait, wait, who?
Michael J. Fox. I said Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I mean, true.
I'm just naming child actors at this point.
True.
Jaleel White.
Jaleel White.
No,
but yeah, I guess Shirley Temple because she like.
I mean, yeah, we already brought up all of the images.
Summer Bissell. Summer Bissell.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, it is literally Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah,
like these kids, like the iCarly kids, I feel like I grew up with.
Dude, yeah, it's nice.
And knowing that Jeanette McCurdy wrote a book about literally called
I'm glad my mom died.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I just
somebody brought it up.
I'm glad that someone
brought it up.
can literally just
Here's one people forget, and he's black, and I can't believe nobody brought this one up. Lee Thompson.
Lee Thompson. Okay.
Who was Lee Thompson?
The famous Jet Jackson.
Yep.
Oh,
and
you know what? I met him. Now, see, if you'd have said Jet Jackson, then I know who the fuck you was talking about. I saw him
I just had to look him up.
This was a suicide. This was a suicide too.
I saw
right?
him. I saw him like 2 days before he committed suicide.
Damn.
Like I saw him crossing the street in front of me while I was delivering a pizza. He was wearing all white and a white hat. And he was like this. I was like, Jet Johnson. He was like this. He just gave me the, hey, and so yeah, really seemed like a really nice guy. Seemed like he was really happy that day.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah. I mean, just a very fucking.
That's a more recent tragic one.
Yeah,
just like 2015, 2016.
Just a strange case because it's just like he's been
well, I'll tell you what, in Hollywood,
he's a
in
handsome
Hollywood
motherfucker.
In Hollywood, we thought it was a murder. That's what a lot of people in Hollywood think. But people in Hollywood think that there's assassinations for famous people.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The guy who played Charlie Bartlett.
He was starring
He was
Rizzo and Ollie. He was like one of the main.
Yeah, Rizzo.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy, like when I was looking at his filmography when Nine had it up, and it was that Disney Channel movie.
He's a Disney
Johnny
kid.
Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami, yes. And I'm like, wow,
Johnny Tsunami.
I didn't know he died. That's like one of my favorite movies. It's like because
I love Johnny Tsunami.
Yes.
I thought they were gonna make more of these. Like
yes. Oh my god, I wanted
more Johnny Tsunami movies.
I was out of cartoons, but I was out of this kind of stuff. I wasn't watching Nickelodeon by this point.
This is Disney Channel.
No, this is Disney Channel, bro.
Oh, Disney Channel definitely wasn't watching Disney.
Disney Channel around this era was like any crazy concept plus the sport.
Yeah,
and then you have a movie.
I was finger popping.
Shit.
Airbud and shit. To my Airbud and all that.
Luck of the
Irish.
I'm
talking about like it's like basketball plus leprechauns movie. Basketball plus Jewish people movie. It is just literally anything.
Mermaid. Let's do the Little Mermaid. Make him a boy though. Let's do it.
Yeah, and he's also a swimmer movie.
I think there's one called.
We gotta put a little blonde girl in space.
But
Xena.
I may be thinking of this wrong, but like, wasn't there one called Double Teamed with two twins and
dudes? Literally, it's like
I'm like, what
Two
kind
twins,
of title is that? Huh?
But they also play basketball.
No, dude, they've been doing that for 60 years. They've been doing that for 60 years. Two twins in a movie or
twins movie. Twins plus anything movie. But with Disney Channel for a long time.
Yeah, Disney don't have two twins, they'll have one person play a twin. If they can't figure it out.
It's just literally any random cohort of things plus a sport movie.
They can put it together now.
They're going to do it.
First of all, we gotta head this in a different direction, which is the direction of getting us out of here. But I do want to say
save this for when we do 3 body problem.
Yeah, we didn't get the 3 body problem.
When we do 3 body problem, I got my cap ready.
Definitely gonna talk about it on Monday. It was on the Drunk Bantha's calendar already, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" I didn't even know what it was. I was like, "What is 3 body problem?" Okay, I'll just go look this up and watch it.
Nine, then, I got it. I gotta tell you, thanks for the suggestion, dude. For that.
I suggested you to read them damn books.
I know you did. I know you did. And I was going to do it.
Gang bang them books, motherfucker.
Need to be finger popping books. See,
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, I have been liking the series so far.
But yeah, we're gonna be definitely covering that on Monday, 8 o'clock Pacific time, 8 p.m. Pacific time.
I might cover it on, just for 9 Nerd Yards.
Yeah. Do a video on it. I think Alex is planning on doing the same thing.
I don't think I will be doing a video on it. I will be actually. I've been actually. This is my first day back in Chicago. I've been in Michigan for the last week or whatever. But I do have my Dragon Ball Z hip hop video basically all settled up right now. I feel like I should have definitely gotten it out 2 weeks ago, but still I'm shouting out RIP Akira Toriyama. I'm collecting the Dragon Balls just to bring you back.
Put that out. You put that out 20 years from now, and it'll still.
But yeah, look out for all of that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, 9.
Yeah.
Doubling up. Why is it doubling up?
It doubles up.
Why are you doing that? I think it's this. Hold on. Let's mute this one. Yep, that's what it was. Ooh. All right. Well, now that I figured that out. All right, 9. Can you tell the people where they can find you? Because you told them what you're working on.
Yeah.
Where can they find all that beautiful, beautiful stuff?
Thank you very much for asking, my dear boy. 9 Nerd Yards. That's on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X. See my latest excrements along with Film Age Studios. But of course on Discord if you want to hit up.
Yeah. Terry, Producer T, where can the people find you?
Always at my Instagram at Terry F Photos, or my other Instagram at Tpins, where you can find this newest pen, my Grinch and Jack Skellington collab. Get one of those. Or if you ever need a pen made, call me because I can make your pen. You can have a pen made for yourself and your small business, whatever. So, for yourself.
Nice. Yeah, that is dope, man. I can't, man. You know what? We need to get some Drunk Bantha pens, man. We need to work on that. We need to do better. That's Alex's job, though, not mine. Chris, Film Age, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me everywhere at Film Age Studios. I'm working on this project that took a creative shift, so it's going to release a lot sooner than planned. But also, I want to say to the youngsters out there that are watching this, a lot of us are passionate about what we talk about. That doesn't mean we're angry at anybody here. We're just very passionate about our points of view. And so like you may hear voices raised. It's all
I'm fucking mad as shit.
Yes, speak for yourself, Filmy.
Oh my god.
Don't get scared. We know.
Watch out, Sarah. The next time me and Bill meet each other, we're about to fucking Bill's probably gonna beat my ass, but you better stop him.
No, the only ones who are not mad are probably Bill and Filmy.
No, Terry,
that's just how he talks. He's not mad.
Terry's pretty much. He's totally not mad. Terry's he's smoking weed. So he's fine.
No.
And he's not even here. This is one of his clones, most likely.
I already know. I already know about meeting Bill in real life, and I've met Terry in real life too.
Yeah.
Terry is just like super fucking chill.
Yeah. Y'all don't know. I'm like this all the time, because you come to the Bantha Bunch every week, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Pacific time. You right here with me, so I know you're fucking with me. Because look, why are you here? Why else are you here? Listening to us talking crazy. And also, please say something. Like,
there's no one in
subscribe.
The chat.
Like, there's people watching, but the people don't say nothing. But it happens. You know what happens? Somebody we'll think nobody's really there, and then somebody will say something weird, and then we're like, oh, like some dudes shouted out.
We're watching on Twitter and also Nerds at Night and Drunk Banthas right now. I don't know who that is, but
I don't know who that is either. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody watching from everywhere. Again, we're gonna be doing all the stuff that we talked about in spoiler fashion. Like everything we talked about today, it'll be spoiled. And 3 Body Problems on Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time.
There might be 6 bodies.
Might be 17 bodies, about 25 bodies.
There might be a problem.
But yeah, it won't be 25 people in our live because nobody will be able to say nothing. It'll just be noise. But y'all can check out us on all the social medias. Likewise is another social media that nobody goes on, but it is dope. Check us out on everything, man. Shout out to everybody who's watched tonight and who's watching all over the globe. We love you. Peace.